Alright, welcome ladies and gentlemen to NotSoStockGaming's first Platinum tournament, Platinum tier. We're going to be starting out pretty soon in the next few minutes here. We're just getting our finalized brackets. I'll go ahead and post that in the chat for you guys if you're here already. I'll post it again shortly as people start to join us here on the stream. Again, it is May 8th, and we're doing our High Elo Diamond Invitational Tournament here for NotSoStockGaming's amateur tournaments throughout the week. My name is Impossible, and I'll be hosting this for you. I've hosted the other games throughout the week, and I'll host them in the future. We're just finalizing those brackets, as I posted in the chat, and we'll be able to get underway with our first game shortly here. I'm just going to set up a nice custom game ready to go. Our first game is going to be Team In-N-Out Bjerger versus Team True Skill Gaming. That'll be a first matchup here in the first round. Go ahead and get those games in a champion select here. Again, we're just finalizing the brackets. It'll just take us a moment. Bear with us, people. I'll post that bracket once again in just a moment. Hey, thanks. Thanks for joining us, guys. We're going to get started here, underway in just a moment. We're just finalizing those brackets for you, and then we'll get underway with the first set of our Diamond Tournament, NotSoStockGaming. My name is Impossible, hosting for you this evening, shoutcasting the matches. We're just getting game underway pretty soon here. TSG, believe, has now joined. Invite your teams, please. And we'll get underway. Again, this is round one of NotSoStockGaming's Diamond Tournament this evening. If you're just joining us, hit that follow button, guys. We have tournaments every night throughout the week. Well, almost every night. 6 nights out of the week. One for each tier and an any tier tournament on the weekend. Tomorrow will be our any tier tournament where you can add your team in. Go ahead and log on to NotSoStock.ca. Log on. Add your team. Tomorrow is the any tier. It doesn't matter if you're bronze or diamond. You can join us for the chance to win some RP. As well as winners of the tournament, each will be awarded the Triumphant Rise skin as issued by Riot Games. Kura-chan, thanks for following. Just hit that follow button, guys. You'll be able to join us throughout the week. Enjoy a lot of awesome League of Legends matches throughout the evenings, throughout the entire week. Again, like I said, we do have a tier tournament for each night of the week. We did have Platinum the night before and Gold the night before that. Tonight is Diamond, ladies and gentlemen. We do have a few Platinum teams from last night that have been invited to join us for this evening. But we'll get underway for our first round. This will be Team In-N-Out Bjerger, funny name there, versus Team True Skill Gaming. We're just waiting on the last person to join here, and we'll get underway. Again, I'll post that bracket in chat, guys, so that you guys can check out how the night will be going on. It'll just take me a moment to post that there. Alright, here's that bracket posted in chat for you guys. Again, we'll be getting underway shortly for our first round of tonight's Diamond Tournament between In-N-Out Bjerger and Team True Skill Gaming. Most of these players are Diamond, but as you can see, if you're just checking this out and you're wondering, while TSG has a majority of their players being Gold, they have been extremely successful in their different tiered tournaments, in their spots in our different tiered tournaments throughout the week. They've had a team created for a few of our different tournaments throughout this week. So, not to be underestimated, Team True Skill Gaming definitely has some true skill to their gaming. Again, thanks for joining us so far. If you're just logging on to our Twitch here, we'd love to have you hit that follow button. Join us for all of our tournaments throughout the week. Tonight is our Diamond tournament with a few Platinum teams that have joined us. And we'll get underway into Champion Select for our first Round 1 game of NotSoStockGaming's amateur tournament for this evening. Here we are into Champion Select, ladies and gentlemen. In-N-Out Burger versus TSG True Skill Gaming. We'll get our first bans underway in just a moment. That Shaco ban comes out right away against TSG Shaco, his namesake. He is actually their top laner, though. If you've joined us through our other games throughout the week, you would have known that he has had some beastly games on Renekton, and even Jax. He's quite an awesome top laner, quite skilled in his matchups. More bans soon to come out. Alright, that Lee Sin ban could be jungle and or top lane. A nice ambiguous ban there. Not showing too many cards, as well as making it so that we can't have too many ambiguous picks once we do get bans finished out here. Again, if you're just joining us, this is tonight's Diamond tier tournament for NotSoStock's amateur tournaments throughout the week. My name is Impossible, and I'll be shoutcasting for you this evening as we get a Jax ban followed by a LeBlanc ban for each of these teams. Jax, a late game monster. LeBlanc, just an overall awesome assassin that can provide a lot to either team. Kassadin, with those recent buffs, almost getting back to his Season 3 permaban status. And Thresh, that final ban there, definitely an awesome all-around support. He's got the kit to just basically be strong CC, strong peel, strong lockdown. Just, he's a great champion all around, so an excellent ban there. Looks like we're going to wait for this first pick coming out here from Team In-N-Out Burger. Castro with the first pick. Let's see if they choose to lock in there. The Vi jungle locked in immediately, followed by a quick lock-in of Leona. And we'll see where that goes. Leona, an awesome champion. Although it's interesting, normally when you see the Vi picked in that jungle, you're going to have that Morgana pick. Morgana, a very hard counter to Vi, even in that late game, not just in lane, to prevent those ganks. A Blitzcrank pick into a Leona could almost mean certain death for yourself if you do hook her into your team. The Jinx was locked in here. Jinx, that awesome hyper late game carry. She's got a lot of potential with the resets from her Get Excited passive for the late game team fights, and just an overall awesome lane in that bottom lane between a Jinx Leona. If Leona locks you down with her Zenith Blade into her stun, then Jinx can just throw down her chompers to root you in place on top of the stun and just keep you locked down in place for her to just hit you with her AoE Q, perhaps. And we do have that Ezreal locked in here to kind of combat the Leona bottom lane here. You know, that slippery Ezreal probably going to be able to dodge out a lot of those Zenith Blades, making sure that he can get locked down. Looks like we had hover over for the Alistar there, maybe a Janna. Alright, so Soraka does get locked in here. This meta right now being all about the shields, the heals, those extended team fight. And looks like TSG Shaco's going to go with his awesome Renekton play. As I mentioned earlier, what a man he's been on that champion earlier throughout this week. Again, I'll go ahead and post that bracket in chat, so you can check out when teams that have been invited or joined this tournament, the ones that have checked in, when they will be joining us throughout this evening. I'll be following the winner of this match as far as shoutcasting goes. I'll be following them forward. As we do get the Kha'Zix locked in, he'll of course be the jungler once we get the champions traded around to their respective summoners. Kha'Zix, a monster in the jungle throughout any tier. It doesn't matter if you're bronze up through diamond, if you're on the Korean scene or on NA, a very hotly contested pick. It looks like Shyvana will be locked in instead of that Renekton in the top lane. Shyvana a little bit more of a fast pusher. We'll see how that goes. But Deleted locks in that Riven. she's a definite lane bully and can have a lot of potential for carrying her team. They definitely needed a lot of damage in that top lane because they do have kind of a little bit of kiteability and sustain for team fights from that Soraka pick. And Morgana will get locked in. We'll see. It's probably going to be a lane Soraka then. Could be top lane, could be mid lane, depends on where that Riven wants to go, but it's more likely to be a support Morgana than support Soraka. That Black Shield going on to a Vi to start off a team fight is going to be a massive potential for engage and just overall team fight capability. Black Shield is a strong spell coming out from support Morgana. This last pick going to be locked in here for the mid lane for Team True Skill Gaming. We'll see what they choose to kind of probably be combating the Soraka pick. Orianna known as kind of the only counter pick, or the only real mid laner that can deal with a Soraka mid because of just the ball movement and the zoning potential. But it looks like they're going to lock in that Ahri instead. Two real late game assassins here between that Ahri and the Kha'Zix. It's going to be interesting to see how they can balance out team fights and great peel for the Jinx. But a lot of late game potential on this purple team here, while a lot of mid game pressure going to be available from Vi. Basically that level 6 means a free kill early on, and Riven a lane bully for sure. And you know, you're going to have that Soraka basically perma-pushing any lane that she's in with just star call after star call after star call. So we'll be interested to see how the mid-game turns out, because it looks like to me as though if True Skill Gaming can actually survive the early to mid-game and their laning phase, they're actually probably going to come out ahead if things stay relatively equal coming into that mid-lane game. Alright, just the last few seconds as they're trading around champions here. Looks like they're going to get locked in on their respective roles. And then we're going to have that 3-minute delay. Getting into our first match, guys. This is going to be our first match, round 1 of the evening for NotSoStock's Diamond Tournament. And this is our round 1 game between In-N-Out Bjerger and True Skill Gaming. The winner of this match will also be followed by us on this stream for shoutcasting purposes. If you've checked out that bracket, we've posted it in chat a few times, you can see where they'll move on to. I do believe that they'll be taking on SKT Hype Train, who were in fact our victors of the Platinum Tournament last evening, if you joined us for that. If you didn't join us for that, you missed out on a great set of games. We would love to have you guys join us for all of our tournaments throughout the week. Just go ahead and hit that follow button so that you can be notified anytime we come online. Us here at NotSoStockGaming would love to have you join us throughout the week. Tomorrow night will be our NA tier tournament. If you have not signed up yet, we would love to have you sign up and join us. We do have the NA tier, as we said, which means it doesn't matter if you're bronze or all the way up to diamond or even challenger even. Go ahead and sign up your team, get ranked, sign on for that tournament, and you have the chance to win awesome RP prizes as well as the triumphant Rise skin for the winners of the tournament. And these are weekly tournaments, guys, so if you're busy this weekend, you've got stuff going on, you're watching the All-Stars, that's totally fine. We would love to have you guys join us for next week. Hit that follow button so you'll know when we're coming online if you just want to spectate. If you enjoy my shoutcasting, I would love to have your feedback as well. If you let me know how I can do better for you guys, let us know as the NotSoStockGaming team what we can do better to make this a more enjoyable and entertaining experience for you guys. We are here as members of the esports community to bring you guys awesome League of Legends games and tournaments for not just the players but also you spectators out there. So thanks for joining us. Hit that follow button, follow us on Facebook, check us out on Facebook, follow us on Twitter here on the stream, follow me on Twitter and on my own personal stream if you'd like. And actually we have a cool set of features on our website, NotSoStock.ca, where you can check out our calendar for the upcoming tournaments, as well as you can sign on your teams on that website. But we have a couple other resources. We have our team finder, where you can sign up as a summoner that says, I'm looking for a team, I'd love to participate in tournaments, I don't have a team, but here's what I am, here's my summoner name, I'd love to join a team. There's that team finder resource that you can use, as well as high elo coaching. If you're wanting to rank up, you can check out on our website, NotSoStock.ca. You can sign up for a coaching session with a high elo coach. I'm one of those coaches. If you'd like to spend one-on-one time with me, I can help you up your game and teach you some cool tips and tricks about League of Legends. In about 20 seconds here, guys, we're going to get underway onto Summoner's Rift for our first match of tonight's Diamond League of Legends tournament, our NotSoStockGaming's amateur tournaments throughout the week. This is round 1 between In-N-Out Bjerger and Team True Skill Gaming. It'll be an awesome game coming out here, guys. TSG throughout the week has had some awesome performances throughout the different tiers that they've had teams in. And this will be the first performance between the lineup that includes In-N-Out Burger. Some of the members of our team have been involved in other teams for tournaments earlier in the week, especially our Any Tier tournament last week, which was awesome, by the way. If you would love to watch the stream, join us for tournaments in the future as a spectator, as a player even, go ahead and check out our website, check out the schedule, hit the follow button on this stream. Alright, we are loading onto Summoner's Rift here, guys. We'll be in-game in just a moment. As I said, this is NotSoStockGaming's amateur tournaments throughout the week. My name is Impossible. I'm the shoutcaster and broadcaster on behalf of NotSoStockGaming. I'd love to welcome you here to this stream. And we're going to have Game 1 in just a moment between Team In-N-Out Burger and Team True Skill Gaming. Again, if you're just joining us, I'll go ahead and link our brackets in the chat so that you can check out how the tournament will go on throughout the evening. This is round 1 between In-N-Out Burger and True Skill Gaming to see who can move on to the semifinals against our last night's victors of the Platinum Tournament, SKT Hype Train, who had an awesome showing yesterday evening. Again, this is round 1, the first match between In-N-Out Burger and True Skill Gaming. It's going to be a great match, guys. We're getting underway in just a moment, just a few more percent ready to load into the Summoner's Rift, and we'll get those level 1s underway. We'll probably have some awesome invades. We've had some crazy level 1 action in earlier games throughout the different tournaments this week. Excuse me. Again, hit that follow button, guys. We'd love to have you join us for each of our tournaments throughout the week as spectators. We can always use more feedback as well. If you have any sort of feedback you'd like to give us about how we can serve you guys better as an esports community, let us know. You can post something in Twitch chat, or you can just message us on Facebook. Give us your feedback. We'd love to hear from our community. Alright, here we are. Level 1's coming out, guys. Alright, let's move around these champions so we get the matchups in that scoreboard. Alright, here we go, guys. Again, in that bottom lane, it's going to be interesting that Morgana is a really hard counter to Leona, to be honest, because Black Shield can basically mitigate everything that comes out from Leona's kit. The stuns, the magic damage, everything can just kind of get cancelled, nullified. Oh wow, accidentally summoner heal blown by Ezreal here. That's unfortunate. And Flash, blown by Soraka. Hoping those were just for viewer entertainment and not actual mistakes, because that was quite unfortunate. They're probably going to need those at some point. Will Riven face check into 5 people here, level 1. There's the charm that lands down onto there. Will the stun come out from... Stun not even needed from... Zenith Blade was available. There wasn't even a stun, but first blood will go over to Ahri, guys. What a face check out of that Ahri will be the first blood in favor of Team True Skill Gaming. We have opposite invades here. 3 members versus 4 members in these respective sides of the jungle. Looks like we're going to have a blue buff steal in favor of Vi here for Team In-N-Out Burger. A pause coming out for just a moment, guys. We'll get back underway. But it looks like we're going to have a blue buff steal. And a red buff steal for Kha'Zix. A little bit of all chatter in the background, as you can hear. Again, we'll get back underway shortly. Just a short pause. Might have had some disconnect issues. Crazy Money, this is the Diamond Tournament. Tonight is the Diamond Tournament. This is game 1. Alright, we did have first blood in favor of that Ahri. Looks like she'll just go back. She won't actually recall to purchase any extra consumables. Again, the red buff steal for this Kha'Zix. It's going to be a blue buff steal for Vi. We'll see if they end up getting 2 buffs each or if one of them ends up with 3. Again, this bottom lane going to be interesting, probably in favor of the Ezreal Morgana. A little bit of a poke lands down. Nice Dark Binding. That's going to be a lot of damage down onto TSG Chaos, down to only 250 health. It's a lot of harass. That's going to give them an awesome advantage here. Mystic Shot misses, but that's alright because they already have the advantage. Nice last hits by this Ezreal. 4-3 with the early zoning. They're definitely going to hit level 2 first as well. A little bit more harass goes down on a TSG Chaos and his support, TSG Pro. Dark Binding does connect. Wow, 200 HP, sub 200, sub 100. Summoner Heal had to be used there. Maybe if Ezreal had his own Summoner Heal rather than blowing it level 1, he might get the movement speed to chase. But they will just back off there. Looks like Jinx will recall under turret. Staying safe here. Solo experience going to go over to Leona here as she'll hit level 2. And there's that level 2. Looks like a little bit of an invade out of this Riven here. A nice championship Riven skin. She's going to get caught out by a little bit here. Spotted out at least. There's not a lot of CC between these two champions, Kha'Zix and Shyvana, to actually keep her under wraps. Looks like it's going to be 2 red buffs for Kha'Zix. And 2 blue buffs for Vi. That's one way to go about jungling, guys. 2 buffs, doesn't matter. Personally, when I play Kha'Zix jungle, I'd prefer the 2 blue buffs. Just, he's really mana heavy early on. TSG believe quite low as Ahri underneath turret. She's out of mana as well. All of her consumables have been used. Against the Soraka, it's kind of a rough lane for this Ahri. She keeps getting shoved in. Soraka with Star Call available. She is just shoving in there. 2 points in Star Call, 1 point in each of her other abilities. Down here in this bottom lane, Dark Binding hits a creep instead of a champion. We had a couple nice Dark Bindings coming out from this Morgana earlier, giving Firepower and Thresh Senpai quite the lead down here. Morgana's such a strong laning support here. Level 4 for TSG Pro, but Chaos still level 2. Level 3s for each of these blue side duos. Wow, first blood in that top lane. Just a solo kill. Relatively close. But Riven will just be potting up her last health potion to keep things safe. That'll be not first blood. First blood went over to Ahri in that level 1 invade. But that will be the first full gold value kill in favor of blue team. Which actually, including the farm number difference in that bottom lane, as well as mid lane, as well as top lane, just massive farm number differences. It's going to be a huge gold lead. Wow, nice Dark Binding lands down on TSG Pro. She pops the cliffs for a little bit more tankiness. But a lot of hate, a lot of damage goes down onto these champions as Firepower still last hitting nicely while dealing decent harass. Massive gold lead in favor this early. I mean, 800 gold this early on, while it hasn't been used for purchases, is still a lot early on. I mean, 36 to 18 in favor of this Ezreal in this bottom lane. That's a massive gold advantage. Alright, Firepower. Nice auto attack harass. Nice Dark Binding lands with the pool. She's going to go down. The last tick of the pool will actually get the last hit for Thresh Senpai. Another kill in favor of blue team. 2-1 in kills. No turrets have fallen just yet. Dark Binding misses. TSG Chaos saying behind her minions, just stay safe. And kind of a 1v2 at the moment as Leona has just barely revived. Wow, great Dark Binding threading the needle there. She's sitting on the pool as well. A nice W comes out from Firepower's Ezreal here. And 42 to 24, that is quite the advantage. Mystic Shock doesn't connect. Mid lane here, Chanmi, a couple Star Calls hits. Wow, Riven with another solo kill up here. Already level 6 to the level 4 Shyvana, who had no flash. Nothing available to really deal with this Riven. Championship Riven indeed, definitely putting on a show up here in the top lane. She does need to be a real damage threat from her team because most of the rest of her team has a lot of utility. The early BF sword purchase coming out from Ezreal here to the still only Doran's in lane. And Jinx only having about 1,000 gold to her name means she can't even get close to that BF sword at this moment. Trying to last hit nicely now that she has the lane to herself before the blue team duo returns. At least making up a little bit of that difference. Alright, in this mid lane, it looks like farm numbers are in favor of the Soraka here, but Ahri with that first blood gold keeps her relevant, choosing to go boots instead of a second Doran's Ring, versus the choice Soraka has made here. Alright, Charm lands, a little bit of harass. True damage comes out from that Orb of Deception. But the heal comes out from Soraka, and she'll just be able to heal herself up over and over and over again in this lane, as all Sorakas do. Just a massive bully in this lane, shoving in with Star Call. Just easily last-hitting. Who needs to try hard? Little bit. Charm misses down on a Castro, but the Ignite will come down before Wish comes from that mid laner. And as Gomu jumps over the wall, Flash Q will be the last hit there. TSG believes takes a Dark Binding to the face, and that's going to be a kill in favor. Wow, Morgana's Pool takes it again with the last tick. Gomu getting quite low, and the Star Call will hit her. Ignite goes down onto Soraka, and Firepower and Thresh Senpai both get rooted down. Looks like a Night Dark Binding lands onto TSG Pro. She flashes, though, and Summoner Heal comes out from the AD carry to keep her safe. Jinx just running away, helping out her support here. And it looks like it's going to be a blue vest steal, as unfortunately the timing of that spawn. It looks like they'll give it over to this Ezreal so he can just spam his abilities in lane. BF Sword to Vamp Scepter and Boots. This is an interesting choice for Firepower here. Just kind of Mystic Shot does not connect as he Arcane shifts into the root. Black Shield actually late there. So kind of doesn't block anything, as it only does block magic damage, so the physical damage from the kit of this Jinx here are going to deal full values. There is a little bit of magic damage from the Chompers, as Ezreal takes a couple tower hits. It's unfortunate. Thresh Senpai takes one as well. Jinx doing a decent job protecting her turret here, but there's only a few hundred HP left. As top lane turret goes down, this Shyvana is not doing well at all. Almost triple CS numbers in favor of this Riven up here. 2 kills with the early Brutalizer. Deleted, while she was deleted at level 1 by face checking that brush in the river, has been absolutely deleting TSG Shake on this top lane here, and Kha'Zix has been having to focus his efforts elsewhere. Spamming the animation cancelling actually causes her to miss that 1 CS there. But with this lead, won't actually do much. Alright, there's the Kha'Zix, but I don't even think he can 1v1 a level 8 Riven as she pops her ultimate. But there's 3 purple members here top lane. As Ignite is ticking, Gomu runs right into a Vi, but nice ultimate keeps him safe. He's invisible now, but he gets ulted by Vi. Castro here, nowhere to go, and red buff will get transferred right back over to that Ori. That's going to be 2-1 in favor of TSG here. I suppose it's a decent trade with just the numbers advantage. A nice little translation gank coming up here from that Ahri. Props to her for out-maneuvering, out-roaming the lane Soraka here. Alright, Wish is available for her team as she uses Star Call to just move the lane. Nice Charm lands down. There's a lot of extra damage, including the true damage from TSG Believes passes now that he has red buff on his champion at this moment. Regenning nicely with that Chalice of Harmony, as bottom lane is still shoving in nicely. They do have nice ward coverage. They will see the Kha'Zix as he comes on down. Ezreal still with a little bit left on that blue buff. It will be expiring shortly. He does have all his ultimate available. He's keeping his passive stacked up by using his abilities, landing on champions, but a little bit of a overstay here as Sunlight deals a lot of damage. Getting that last hit. These supports getting fed. 2 kills on the Morgana, 1 kill on that. The Charm lands onto Castro here. Just kind of a 1v1 between Believe off in the wings there. Will they dive this Firepower? Ezreal is out of mana as Soraka has taken this opportunity to push up the mid lane. That's a good choice by her. 4.7k, almost 5k gold in favor of Team In-N-Out Burger here, as they do have 3 turrets to 0. Soraka still pushing up on this mid lane. Nobody quite making it over to defend. She does still have blue buff for another few seconds here, and Deleted will rotate over just to get a little bit of damage onto that turret, but the nice wave clear from TSG believes Orb of Deception will keep that turret healthy. Red buff will also be expiring in a little bit here. Dragon is available. Both of the teams have kind of had it on their minds, but not gone for it quite yet. Again, thanks for joining us so far, guys. If you're just joining this stream, I'll go ahead and link the bracket in just a moment. We do have the Diamond Tournament this evening. This is round 1 of NotSoStockGaming's Diamond Tournament. We have a tournament for each tier throughout the week. We'd love it if you could join us for each of them. Hit that follow button at the bottom of the stream, guys. I'll be shoutcasting each tier tournaments throughout the week. We have any tier tomorrow evening. Those always end up being the best because we have a lot of teams that will sign up, because you can be whatever rank you would like and you can compete for your chance at a little bit of RP here. Chanmi kind of in an interesting spot as the Vi comes around from the back, but we've got a numbers advantage met up here for a 3v3 in this mid lane. Soraka with a lot of AP for that healing, and nice CDR from that Fiendish Codex. Looks like In-N-Out Bjerger pings out that dragon. They'll start it up with Riven down here, as Shyvana is forced to just farm up there in the top lane. We do have a teleport advantage as far as just summoner spells go. TSG Shaco could teleport down should it come to that. But with that smite coming out from that Vi, that will be all they need. Through the wish from that Soraka. I don't know what that was for, to be honest. Probably just getting the assist credit. A little bit of a dive here coming out from Deleted. The Ignite goes down. The ultimate might have been used slightly early, as the last tick of Ignite will take out that Ahri. Goma runs away being invisible, but the flash ult comes out from Khazro here, knocks him into the air and back down to the ground. A lot of damage, but the single target might be enough to keep Gomo dealing enough damage to complete that, but looks like Khazro will take enough damage. Wow, the body block from Thresh Senpai to keep Khazro's Vi safe from Super Mega Death Rocket, and the great, I forgot to mention, the great shield coming out there, the magic shield. Black shield protecting from TSG Pro's ultimate onto that Vi, keeping her alive, blocking the magic damage that would have probably been enough to kill her. As the first inhibitor turret falls in this game, 5 turrets to, okay, now 1, I was going to say 0, but 5 turrets to 1, one of which being the middle lane inhibitor turret. Only 14 minutes in, guys. It's a 9k gold lead, almost 9k gold lead here in favor of In-N-Out Bjerger. Nice ward coverage. Look at all the wards here coming out from In-N-Out Bjerger. They've got eyes on basically everybody. Nice charm lands onto that Soraka. She'll get locked up ultimately by the Zenith Blade and the stun. The magic damage shield not going to be enough to stop an Ignite true damage, as TSG believe gets that kill with her Leona. Nice lockdown from TSG Pro. A little bit of a flank coming out here as Ezreal is alone. Blue buff on that champion. He will have Mystic Shot available. He gets stunned up. A little bit of the Ignite coming out from TSG Chaos. Lands that zap. Going to be slowed here. Charm misses, but there's just numbers here. A lot of damage. Enough to actually delete them. Ezreal falls to the hands of Ahri. Ahri now with 4 of her team's 7 kills. Being involved in all but one of her team's kills. She's definitely going to be the carry for her team, as they will aggress down here onto this turret. Nice ultimate coming out from TSG believe. The charm will miss, though, which means there's not a lot remaining for her to actually go in here. Wow, tanks up a few tower hits, 4 in total, bringing her down to just over 200 HP, haunting up to stay relevant in this bottom lane. They do have a cannon creep, so they could probably take down this turret, but Riven goes back up to that top lane against the Shyvana that cannot defend. That's going to be 6 turrets to 1, as the ult comes out from Thresh Senpai, locking people down. Ezreal ult, not enough damage to take down TSG believe, as Morgana falls to just the overall magic damage from Ahri. A little bit of Star Call takes down 2 at once. Chanmi still there. Yeah, TSG Pro, you're not going anywhere. The recall spam just to say, we know. Triple kill coming out from Soraka. Now 4-1 and 4. Maybe she'll be able to have an answer for that fed Ahri. 5 kills now on that Ahri. There are only 5 turrets remaining on purple team. They've got to protect each and every one, as the dragon will spawn in just about 3 minutes here, guys. First dragon going over to In-N-Out Bjerger. A little bit of a slow push here for the minions in favor of In-N-Out Bjerger, as Red Buff going to be picked up here by Khazro. Khazro finishing that early brutalizer on top of his Brutalizer. Kha'Zix's hard farming. He's sitting on a decent amount of gold at this time. In this bottom lane, Ezreal with the Sheen completed on top of his Bloodthirster, which means his Mystic Shock hits are going to hit a lot. Wow, that was a really close call with TSG believes. Charm there, as Firepower goes probably the wrong way. Okay, a lot of damage comes out between them with the Wish in the background too to keep Firepower alive. That's going to be 3 kills for nothing with the assist pool also going over to Soraka because she did use Wish from base. Looks like it's going to be a 3-0 push here. Going to be another turret falling in favor of In-N-Out Burger. That's going to be the 7th turret to only 1 turret taken by TrueSkill Gaming. 15-9 in kills, 7-1 in turrets, 17.5 minutes in here as Kha'Zix just falls to that fed Riven. She's almost completed her last Whisper as well. Just tier 1 boots enough for her mobility with her jumping around like a bunny. Man, what a gold lead. 13,000 gold lead. Almost 1,000 gold per minute we've been in this game in a lead for In-N-Out Burger as they're on to the Nexus turrets. 18 minutes in here, guys. Alright, Dragon's Descent misses right down into Deleted. Deleted gets a nice stun, forcing the flash out of TSG Shaco's Shyvana. Nice Dark Binding keeps TSG Pro in the middle of a lot of AoE damage. Chanmi's Soraka tanks a lot of hits, but the armor puff from her heal as Kha'Zix jumps in to get a nice kill here. Chaos has get excited, but Dark Binding onto Believe will mean that there's not a lot of actual CC other than that slow coming out from Gomu here. Ultimate comes out from Thresh Senpai. Will lock only 1 down, and the Spell Thief Sedge going to slow him a little bit. The Summoner heal coming out from Soraka to keep Morgana safe, and the Black Shield coming out right after being slowed by the Solar Flare, going to keep her from being the victim of any follow-up from TSG here. A little bit of a push here, but they've only got the 1 caster creep. They're going to either have to tank the turret or give up on this little push here as a super creep will show up too. And Chanmi now back to full HP with Wish available again means they're going to have a hard time pushing in against her because she has so much sustain and so much AoE wave clear. She doesn't want to get locked down there. Charm lands after the stun as well as Zenith Blade. She will go down through the Wish. Ignite was there to reduce the incoming healing. TSG Shaco uses Dragon's Descent to get out safely. Deleted takes a little bit of damage through Orb of Deception. TSG Chaos out of mana. Not much left to push as Kha'Zix will get taken out in the jungle. Was that the ultimate taken by Deleted here as he's going to come up to help out with the jungle here. Taking out that pink ward, Kazdro going to take the 2nd dragon of the evening. That's going to be the 2nd of 2 dragons in favor of In-N-Out Burger. Just shoving up this mid lane here. Might want to look to rotate over to a different lane as Super Minions will push that middle lane on their own. TSG Pro thinking about taking out these wards as well as locking down Firepower. Only a couple hundred HP remaining on that turret. But Soraka and Riven not even close to this bottom lane here. There's only 3 members here for In-N-Out Burger. A little bit of damage going down onto that turret with Ezreal having that Sheen proc doing a lot of damage to turrets. Blue buff is available in this jungle. Probably going to be picked up between that Vi and the Soraka that's now showing up with her team. They might even give it over to this Ezreal who's low on mana. Oh, it's just the small minion remaining. It's not actually a buff. Alright, as they clear up these minions and shove into that turret, we'll see how things break out. Riven is splitting from her team, doing like a 0-1-4 push onto these turrets. A little bit of a slow from the Rylai's and the silence coming out from Soraka. Wish is not quite available, and Chanmi gets locked down a little bit. She has no summoner spells. Alright, Flash does come back up for that Soraka as she would get that last hit. Wow, Chaos gets deleted by Deleted, and Jinx is gone now. TSG Shaco puts a little bit of pain down onto that Soraka, but she can heal herself back up. Nice Dragon's Descent hits 2, but Deleted says, I'm not having any of that. Nice Black Shield stops the stun from hitting anybody out of that Solar Flare. People will get back onto here. Castro goes down to the AoE damage between all of these champions here as the Kha'Zix will jump back onto the platform to stay healthy. Only 1 Nexus turret remains. Deleted will get the last hit on that. And with super creeps here, the Nexus is open as Deleted gets on top of that. She gets rooted down though. She's very squishy. She could have deleted. Super Mega Death Rocket misses, and she's just going to kite away as Ezreal's just hitting on that Nexus. kiting around, and that's going to be the Nexus, guys. That's going to fall, and that is game 1, round 1, in favor of In-N-Out Burger. They're going to advance onto the semifinals. First is SKT Hype Train, the victors of last night's Platinum Tournament. We're going to have a great game coming out next. Awesome. Congratulations to In-N-Out Burger. You have won round 1, and you're going to be moving on to the semifinals. What a match, guys. 21 minutes, 19 kills, and almost all of the turrets taken down. I'm pretty sure there was only the one remaining turret in that top lane inhibitor for that team. And we'll get underway for our semifinal match here in just a moment, guys. Thanks so much for joining us. My name is Impossible, and on behalf of NotSoStockGaming, I'd love to welcome you to the stream if you're just joining us, and thank you for joining us if you've been here so far. This is the Diamond Tier Tournament. Let me check those seedings so I can know who's on which side here. It's going to be SKT Hype Train on blue side. Alrighty, getting into that tournament draft mode. Go ahead and invite these people here. Oopsies. Alright, this is going to be the semifinal match, guys, between SKT Hype Train, last night's victors of our Platinum Tier Tournament. We are in Diamond this evening. Versus our victor from last game, the round 1 between In-N-Out Burger and TSG, who the victors, In-N-Out Burger, are now going to be on to this second match here. Semifinals getting underway in just a moment here, guys. Again, if you're just joining us, we'd love to have you invite your friends to come join this stream. Come check us out. We love shoutcasting for you. We love doing this for you guys. If you want to join us as a team that would like to compete for RP rewards as well as a skin reward, that triumphant rise for the winners of each tier tournament. Again, every night we have tournaments. So if you'd like to sign up, go ahead and log on to NotSoStock.ca. Check out the different resources we have there. We have the schedules for all of our tournaments. We have obviously signing up. You can sign up for all these tournaments. You can actually use our team finder feature. If you don't have a team right now but you'd love to join us, go ahead and sign on as a summoner just to that team finder feature, and we'll be able to set up people and use that as kind of like a connecting and a networking thing for all of you solo queuers out there. And if you want to up your game, we also have high elo coaches standing by that would love to spend some one-on-one time with you. If you're interested in that service, also you can check out that service through our website, NotSoStock.ca. Regarding tonight, guys, this is the Diamond tier tournament. Again, it is May 8th, and we are NotSoStockGaming. We do per tier tournaments throughout the week. Tonight is Diamond. Tomorrow is any tier, by the way. If it doesn't matter where your ranked 5s teams is, sign up, join us. We'd love to have you. We have great turnouts when you have the any tier, so we'd love to have you join us. If you like watching shoutcasted tournaments, again, I shoutcast every single night, so if you would love to join us, go ahead and hit follow on this stream. You can also follow my stream at The Impossible here on Twitch, and we'd love to shoutcast every game for you. If there's anything we can do to make this a better experience for you guys, more entertaining, go ahead and just hit us up. Let us know on Facebook, let us know on Twitter, or in that Twitch chat. Give us your feedback. Follow us if you want to just keep in touch, and we'll give you updates. If you hit follow on that stream, you'll get an email anytime we come online. We'd love to have you join us for every single game. Awesome League of Legends, guys. Awesome games, awesome tournaments, and just a lot of fun. We'd love to have you join us every night of the week. I am not showing bias here with the soda cup from In-N-Out Burger. I just so happen to have gone there for lunch. Besides, they're not In-N-Out Burger, they're In-N-Out Burger. So. Greasy Agent, I would love to play music in between games, but we do want to actually upload these to YouTube, and as per YouTube's copyright policies, if we do play music in between games, then we would have to do a lot of serious editing to avoid those issues. So we did have music in earlier streams, but it turned out that we couldn't actually upload any of our streams that had music. Then we were unable to put those on YouTube. As well as we had some feedback from viewers like you who said it's better if there's going to be shoutcasting, then they'd prefer to just have shoutcasting and not be fighting the audio of music during the stream as well. So again, these intermissions only last for a few minutes, and I can answer questions for you in chat if you have any questions at all. Personal questions, questions about League of Legends, questions about NotSoStock and our tournaments. We'd love to answer those. If you just want to post those in chat, grab a drink, go to the bathroom, grab a snack, and we'll get underway quite quickly. Looks like the last member of SKT Hype Train is just updating to that new patch here, guys. We are in patch 4.7. Even though this is tournament draft mode, then we'll just be waiting for that last member to join here. Again, my name is Impossible. I'll be shoutcasting each of the games this evening for you. We did complete round 1, and it was we did follow In-N-Out Burger here. They were our victors of round 1, and now they'll be taking on last night's Platinum victors, SKT Hype Train, who had an awesome showing against our teams last night to become the victors of last night's tournament. They were and will be rewarded with their, as issued by Riot Games, 3,200 RP per member of their team, as well as Triumphant Rise Skin. If you want a shot at that, sign up your team online at NotSoStock.ca, NotSoStock.ca. We have a lot of resources there for you guys, including Team Finder. You can sign up as just like a solo queue member looking for a team, or you can sign up your whole team for each tournament. We have, like, say you're a gold team, we have a gold tier tournament, and we also have any tier that's on Friday evening. How popular or effective is Team Finder on our website? The more people we have, the more effective it is. We've had some people who signed up and the same day they found a team. If that's going to be you, then sign up. Sign up. The Team Finder is there for a reason. It wouldn't be there if it didn't work. There you go. Greasy Asian says, why do I have a rug on your wall? Like I said, I'll answer any questions that you have. It is a Persian rug that was gifted to me. My father was military as I was growing up, and he went to Pakistan at one point, and he brought that back for me. It's not a rug to walk on, so it's actually just a wall decoration. So that's why I have a rug on my wall. Great question. Again, I'll answer any questions. We're just waiting for that last member of SKT Hype Train here, guys, to finish patching up his client here to the newest patch that came out last night, 4.7. If you guys, actually, I might as well, in the meantime here, do a rundown on the patch notes, should you guys be interested. If you have not had the chance to check out the new patch, it is 4.7. Braum is in the patch but not quite released at this time. We had some updates, kind of buffs to Gragas here. And then Jarvan also got some serious buffs. Expect to see in higher elo a little bit more of the J4 in the jungle, because his mana cost on his shield got drastically reduced. So even though his clear times aren't quite up to par on some other junglers, you're going to see a lot more of just the early gank pressure. He's one of those champions, kind of like Vi, kind of like Kha'Zix, where it's like, instead of farming like the Feral Flare junglers that have been in the meta so far, but now with the Feral Flare nerf as well as buffs to say champions like Jarvan, expect to see some changes. Kassadin getting more and more buffs, like finally got nerfed on this patch because he was almost getting back up to his earlier like permaban threat. A question in the chat, we said, what does the basketball represent? This is, I live in Utah. This basketball is signed by the 2010 team of the Utah Jazz that included some of the better players. So I just like to keep it around because I'm a basketball fan. Back to those patch notes. Kha'Zix is getting kind of a small nerf. His Taste is Fear, like the passive of Taste Their Fear, where he's trying to find an isolated target. Now, if you're playing against Kha'Zix, your turret counts as an ally, so you aren't going to take increased damage if you're standing near a turret too, even if you don't have minions. Plus, the isolation radius has been nerfed, so like you can still be a little bit further away from people and still count as not isolated. So keep that in mind when you're playing there. Lissandra has gotten a little bit of a buff. Again, you can check out those patch notes. I'm going to stop now as we do have all members here in Team Select. Again, this is going to be SKT Hype Train versus In-N-Out Bjerger. This is the semi-final matchup of In-N-Out of NotSoStockGaming's Diamond Tournament tonight. Again, my name is Impossible, and I'll be shoutcasting for you this evening. We did have an awesome game between In-N-Out Bjerger and Team TrueSkill Gaming. In-N-Out Bjerger was victorious, and so they'll be here in this semifinal matchup. The bans coming out here, we got Soraka banned out against Chanmi here. She had a great game on that champion with a triple kill in that bottom lane. And we have Jax banned out, Riven banned out. It's interesting that In-N-Out Bjerger bans out the Riven here, because we did have an awesome showing by Deleted in that top lane, getting 2 solo kills early on despite dying first blood in the river. Renekton banned out. Renekton just an overall lane bully. Not a lot of people like to deal with that champion. Alright, Kayle the final ban coming out here from SKT Hype Train, and Kassadin being banned out here. Even though on 4.7 and he has taken a small nerf, looks like he's still enough of a threat to get banned out. Number 1 of Legends, the captain here for SKT Hype Train, going to be doing the first pick here. We'll see what they put their stock into. Again, this is our semi-final matchup here between SKT Hype Train and In-N-Out Bjerger. Fast lock-ins from Purple Team here after the lock-in of that Leona for the bottom lane. We're going to have that soft counter of Thresh here against Leona. Again, it's kind of a soft counter. You can interrupt Zenith Blade with your Flay as Thresh, and the hook can do a little bit for you for early on harass, as well as locking down an AD carry and or a jungler as they come in, and then Thresh all around great peel, especially post level 6 with the box available. Looks like that Lee Sin jungle locked in though. He's just going to be looking to make a lot of early plays, getting his lanes ahead. Not a farm heavy jungler per se, but a lot of mobility, going to be flying around the map, dashing to everybody and their dog. So looks like a hover over the Lucian here. He's an awesome AD carry. A lot of synergy between a Lucian and a Leona, and the reason for that is because with Leona's Sunlight passive, then there's a lot of spells, and long range spells even, targetable and skill shot by this Lucian here, who can ignite the Sunlight passive over and over and over again. So it looks like Lucian will get locked in here on top of that Vi jungle now. So you're going to have a lot of early pressure from these junglers. Look to see those 3 to 4 minute ganks with double buffs. Probably going to be both of in the top lane, with those early leash coming out from the duo lanes. The Corki gets locked in by firepower here. He's going to have those rockets coming out. A lot of firepower on that champion, no pun intended. Just kidding, it was entirely intended. You know that. Or will that be the top lane Lee Sin? Looks like it's probably going to be that top lane Lee Sin. And Yi being hovered over. Interesting here. Yeah, probably top lane Lee Sin here, and Elise in the jungle. Teleport for a top laner. Orianna being hovered over here. She does not know her mid lane matchup, but she wouldn't either way. Mid lane going to be the last and final pick by purple team here. In and out Bjerger, leaving that counter pick for last. Looks like top and mid going to be locked in here pretty soon here. 10 seconds remaining on those picks. Looks like it'll be a Zed top lane against that Lee Sin. That'll be interesting, as Lee Sin is almost a soft counter to the Zed here, because as soon as Deathmark comes out and Kingsley looks to start doing that, or it won't be Kingsley I suppose, but the Zed, whoever that summoner is, but when the Zed decides to activate his Deathmark, Lee Sin can just use Dragon's Rage, his kick, his ultimate, to just remove Zed from that AoE. So how are you supposed to deal damage without basically having to use extra energy to use your W, extra shadows, to get back to that Lee Sin? So it's kind of a soft counter here. We'll see if that really was worth picking up here. The Orianna does get locked in. That's a really strong mid to late game carry, which takes a little bit while, a lot of farm to ramp up. And Nidalee might get locked in. Nidalee versus Orianna. Very much a skill matchup. If we can dodge the spears by this Orianna, then that's going to be a lot better. Looks like the Karma mid lane will get locked in instead. She has a lot of damage. Level 1, especially with her ultimate available right off the bat. That Mantra Q can do massive burst, and it's an awesome slow. AoE can go quasi through minions, like it can activate on minions, but the AoE radius is quite large, both for the on hit as well as the AoE slow and second damage that it can provide. Interesting picks here. We kind of have a lot of utility. Whoa, we had a dodge here. This is against the rules. If it was just a DC, then we'll be able to get back in. Looks like we just had a disconnect. We're just gonna have Troll and or doesn't matter bans. Doesn't matter if they're the same. Just as long as the picks are the same gear, guys. Apologize for this delay. Apparently we had a disconnect by Kingsley here. Again, we'll be getting underway shortly. Sorry about this delay here, guys. We just had a disconnect in champion select, so we had to repick. Those are all just whatever bans, as we're just locking in the same champions over again. Again, with these junglers, be a lot of early pressure, those level 3 double buff ganks around the 3.5-4 minute mark. going to keep things interesting early game. Alright, 30 seconds remaining on just the changings. Just switch around so that the respective champions are on their respective summoners. Again, apologize for the delay. We just had a little bit of a connectivity issue. In about 10 seconds, we'll start that 3-minute cooldown so that we have a little bit of spectator delay for no ghosting issues here, as there's only about a 10-second delay on my stream here. Alright, there we go. 3 minutes remaining in this delay here, guys. Again, thanks so much for joining us. If you're just stepping in, I'll go ahead and post those brackets in just a moment here to you guys on the stream so you can check out how things have shaped up thus far and how things will look going forward. Again, this is going to be the semi-final match between SKT Hype Train and In-N-Out Burger. The bands that you see here are not the real ones. It doesn't matter anymore, I suppose, because we do have the same picks. Looks like it's going to be that Zed top lane against top lane Lee Sin. And again, we've seen this a few times throughout the different tournaments that we've casted so far this week, where we have an Ignite pick as an offensive summoner against a Flash teleport. It's interesting because the teleport Lee Sin, he could definitely apply awesome counter ganking potential. Or tower diving potential, because he does have a lot of mobility on top of just taking teleport to get all the way across the map. So looks like in the mid lane matchup it's going to be that Karma versus Orianna. Karma with a little bit more wave clear early on. She does have her ultimate available level 1 and a lot of shields, and she can actually, this is an interesting thing, you have a lot of all-in potential with Karma if you choose to, instead of ulting your Q for the burst damage, if you want a little bit of drain tanking, almost like your Fiddlesticks but mobile, where if you actually ult your W, the tether, then you actually have a massive percent missing health and percent max health gain of HP back to you. Not spell vamp, it's actually part of her kit, where if you do that mantra W, then you can drain tank while rooting, while stunning, and dealing damage over time, a dot, while that tether is intact. And then you can use the Q to slow to keep that connected, and your shield to speed you up. It's actually a great way to all-in somebody, should you choose to do so. Looks like we have 1 Ignite per team here, 2 heals against just an Exhaust taken. There's 2 exhausts, but the teleport versus Ignite in that top lane. It's an interesting matchup here. Again, as I mentioned before, Dragon's Rage, the Lee Sin ultimate, the kick, is almost like a soft counter to Deathmark, because you can just wait for Deathmark to be activated, for Zed to reappear, and then you can kick him away from all of his shadows. And unless he wants to use all of his energy to W back to you, there's not a lot of combo damage he can stack on top of Deathmark, unfortunately. Alright, and it looks like the delay period will end now, which means we're going to be getting underway here into loading screen, guys. Again, this is NotSoStockGaming's Diamond tier tournament. We do have one tournament for each tier throughout the week. If you'd love to join us for the tournaments and be a player on a team, if you have a team, go ahead and sign that up at NotSoStock.ca. If you don't have a team yet, use our Team Finder feature on that website. Again, NotSoStock.ca. Team Finder feature, just log on as a summoner, say, hey, here's who I am, here's what I'm ranked, I'm looking for a team. And like I said, we have tournaments for each tier. It doesn't matter if you're bronze, it doesn't matter if you're diamond, it doesn't matter if you're gold and a half trying to get to challenger, doesn't matter. Just go ahead and log on to Team Finder, sign up your team, join us for these tournaments, or if you're looking to up your game in general, you're trying to go from bronze to diamond, go ahead and sign up for a coaching session with high elo coaches that we have as a service on our website. Go ahead and check that out. we'd love to have you. I am one of those coaches as well. Again, my name is Impossible. I'm the shoutcaster here for NotSoStockGaming. I do the streaming for all of their tournaments throughout the weeks. Tomorrow is going to be our Any tier. We have great turnout for those ones. We'd love to have you join us as our spectating group. We'd love to have you come and watch that. It's awesome because you get a lot of a skill difference across there and a lot of competition because we have a great turnout in the number of teams that do sign up for that tournament because it is open to any tier, any skill, any rank. Just go ahead and sign up on our website for that and hit that follow button for the stream, guys. Follow us here on this stream on Twitch. Follow us on Facebook. Check us out on our fan page as well as on Twitter as well at NotSoStockGaming. And we'd love to have you join us. We're almost loaded up here onto the Rift. This is the semi-final matchup between SKT Hype Train, who were the victors of last night's Platinum tier tournament. And they've been invited as an invitational to today's Diamond tier tournament. As you can see here, the SKT1 Zed skin, awesome for their namesake here. Alright, we are onto the Rift here, guys. A great game of League of Legends ready to come out on Summoner's Rift. Alright, here we are. We're going to have Relic Shield purchased for that Leona versus just the Doran Shield. Doran Shield being nerfed earlier on. Looks like a 4-man stack waiting on that Karma. Looks like we're going to have a 5-man stack here. Will they make it in time? Looks like they won't get spotted out just yet by that Leona. Thresh does show. That's going to show that there is a few people here. They will get spotted out by that ward. Although it will show that Karma has not joined them yet. They won't know that they were seen. So, blue side with the vision advantage here. That is a trinket ward. Interesting choices here. A full 5-man invade here onto the red buff. Looks like that's just going to be a red buff steal as there is a numbers advantage in favor of In-N-Out Burger. They won't actually steal the buff. They will just make it seem as though they're there. There weren't any wards to see purple team actually leaving. But it looks like they'll be ballsy enough to walk over here so that SKT Hype Train will have control of that jungle. There is a ward in that brush though. They'll know that Vi is starting red. At least going to start off her own blow with no leash. Looks like we're going to have a little bit of cheese here in this brush. We'll see what happens here. Will we blow any summoner spells? The hook coming out from Thresh Senpai. Locks onto Captain Lord. She has her stun available. Hits onto Thresh. He takes a lot of pain from Lucian's passive. Kind of an even trade there with all the damage being focused down onto Captain Lord while the return damage being split between AD Carry and Thresh. But the nice little regen from the Execute and Heal from Relic Shield coming out from Captain Lord here. She does have 1 charge remaining. She will have another charge in time for the Cannon Creep in the 3rd wave. Lee Sin going aggressive in this top lane. Sonic Wave into Resonating Strike already used. No dive available. Deleted. Again showing top lane dominance. We saw him get a couple solo kills against his matchup in the top lane last game. Number 1 of Legends. Up in farm for now, but doing alright. Looks like a hook might have landed onto Leona. And on top of all of the damage there, they can lock her down. She was still level 1 to the level 2s that came out there. Looks like it's just going to be that experience advantage that was what gave that first blood lead. And that will be a full first blood. A little bit of a gold lead there. That's 800 in favor of purple team here as Lee Sin might have dove incorrectly. He'll go down to minions OP. Looks like it's just going to be 1-for-1 in the top lane as junglers come to fight each other. A little bit of an all-chat chatter. If you did hear that, it's probably him saying, oh, minions for the win. Alright, back down here in the bottom lane. The Thresh and Corki shoving in against the Leona and Lucian here. Blasted in quite nicely under turret. Oh, it does miss one creep that he could have gotten, and he will miss that one as well. 20 to 11 here in farm, plus the first blood gold sitting in Firepower's pocket. Corki with a lot of burst damage as well as true damage from his passive. Going to be able to deal with any sort of tankiness that might come out from that Vi. Or Leona, for that matter. Alright, let's check in on this mid lane here. It's 24 to 24 in CS. Pretty equal, each of them with consumables in their pockets, but looks like Tiak on that. Orianna has taken a decent bit of poke. She is standing in range of a Q here. Now standing behind her minions is a good idea. Keeping the ball in the middle for nice quick movements. Their command attack distance to last hit those last two caster minions. The tether comes down from Chanmi. She's going to root up. Summoner heal comes out from Orianna to keep her safe. Chanmi has ignite, so there's no summoner heal to keep her safe, but looks like the aggression will come to a close here as Vi comes around the backside. Will she get spotted out? There are no awards to show that movement, but it looks like Chanmi just has nice spidey senses to stay on that side of her minions, making Vi think that there could be a ward in this area. Alright, Elise coming into this. Well, we'll check on that in just a second here. Looks like Zed used his shadow to get away in the top lane. Tiak goes down. She's out of mana. Not a lot to follow up from this knockup. And Vi will not have her own damage to put much pain down onto Karma here. Alright, let's double check here in this top lane. Wards in lane. There is a ward in Tribush to spot Elise if she does choose to return to lane. Number 1 of Legends. Again, there's just the 1v1 kills in this top lane. They are pretty much solo. Deleted takes a lot of pain. I do think he took the first hit from the passive low HP damage from number 1 of Legends. Wow, the shurikens actually miss from that shadow there. That's unfortunate. It would have been a lot of poke damage going down. Lee Sin will just recall safely underneath his turret there. Almost level 6s for these top laners, but Lee Sin will back in time to not die to any death mark that would come out, as he will teleport back to lane with double Dorns. In this bottom lane, a little bit of poke damage coming out from the phosphorus bombs and the Gatling gun. Again, nice resistance to Shred coming out as almost another soft counter to this Leona. She puts a little bit of a stun down onto Thresh Senpai, but Vi is here in the wings. No wards will spot her out quite yet, but now in the river we'll see her coming. Firepower and low mana as the hook comes out from Thresh Senpai. He's in the wrong place here. He's going to fall here as he flashes quite early, which means Kingsley can make sure his knockup hits. One more auto should be enough. Wow, the flash not necessarily out of Kingsley there as Lucian gets the last hit there. 2-2 and kills 9.1, 9.1 even in gold across the board as Deathmark was used up here in the top lane against Deleted as well as Ignite. No energy for number 1 of Legends for him to use Shadows to cut off Deleted there. Deleted will get a lot of regen from his pot that he has started consuming here, as well as his Iron Will just to lifesteal up as Karma came top lane just to keep him safe. Orianna shoving in. A cannon wave is going to be missed out by this Karma here. Karma getting here on this top lane. She does have her tether available. There it goes. The shadow isn't quite available. He does get rooted down. Ignite comes out from that Karma, and that's going to be a nice gank from the roam of this mid lane Karma coming out. There's going to be an extra kill taken here. Orianna shoving in nicely. A little bit of damage put onto this turret. Alright, nice gank here comes from their hook down onto Captain Lord. But Khazro giving an out for this Captain Lord's Leona as she was further back for her the Zenith Blade tube. The execute damage coming out from then at least is going to be enough to take her down. 2-4 and kills. Tiny bit of a gold lead coming out in favor of In-N-Out Burger. We'll see what they can do with it. Dragon is available. Looks like they're looking to start it up. Lee Sin having used teleport before, he'll walk down to give a little bit of help. Sonic Wave into Resonating Strike to help out with the damage onto this. On top of the pink ward means they will be able to take this safe from any sort of steal. Smite not available for Vi anyway, as Vi is backing in her jungle. Smite available for this miss smite, which means Karma will get the last hit, but that's fine. There's nobody in range to steal it anyway. A little bit of fight here as the ultimate comes out from Vi, locking down this Karma. She's got one hit, just one hit required. The repel won't follow the flash in, but the shield comes out from Chanmi to keep her safe. Command attack dissonance, not having the range to actually follow up the damage. And Chanmi will get away, blowing the flash of that Orianna as well as Summoner Heal for the movement speed. Interesting choice there. Back down to this 2v2 lane. Lucian low on HP and mana, sitting on just that Vamp Scepter. The hook down onto Captain Lord, but she's near her turret. No follow-up required. A little bit of poke goes down from Firepower, even dealing nice damage even through the resistances of Captain Lord's Eclipse because of the true damage passive from Firepower here. Thresh just clearing out that pink ward up there in Tribrush as Corki shoves in against this bottom lane duo. Just about 1,500 gold in favor of In-N-Out Bjerger here. Purple team here about the 10-minute mark. Junglers with their double buffs all over again as they would be doing. Elise up here in the wings, not spotted out by any wards. Is there a blue ward in the river? There is not. Zed, with full energy, does have his shadows available, probably can stay safe from this. As Vi is also in the wings, gets spotted out by Karma. Careful pings from each team here. A little bit of poke goes down onto deleted here. He has his Vamp Scepter, probably going into that Hydra for the epic wave clear split push Lee Sin build, as number 1 of Legends last hits nicely with his AoE. Sightstone completed by this Leona with her Targon's Brace. No, Relic Shield at this moment, which means a lot of HP on her champion for her all-in potential. Level 6 available in this bottom lane, but Firepower is quite low on mana. Looks like they will just back off here. A little bit of poke to stop the bases here, which means they will stay. That's actually a small win for this Lucian Leona. Death Sentence hits a creep. Nice Zenith's Blade with Eclipse going, as the stun will go down onto whom? Alright, Solar Flare hits right onto Thresh. He gets stunned up, but into the box Lucian goes. He's going to get slowed. He's out of mana. He doesn't have anything but Flash left in his kit. Zenith Blade goes down. It looks like she will fall. Nice Death Sentence lands from Thresh Senpai, forcing the Flash out, but the Flash coming out from Firepower not going to actually do anything. The ult will dunk the Thresh, and she might actually get away. Okay, red buff onto this Elise slows down Kingsley. She will miss getting over the wall there. Flash coming up in just a moment for Kingsley, but she'll die before it comes off cooldown. A little bit of a trade there. Looks like it's going to be a 2-for-1 in favor of Team In-N-Out Bjerger here. They do pick up the Vi and the Leona, just losing Thresh for that trade. Almost getting the Lucian as well, but Lucian microing his damage enough to stay alive, and this will get shoved in here. Hopefully the cannon creep will be denied from that Lucian. He might make it in time if he has dash available. Looks like it's just a solo kill with that Deathmark in that top lane. Ignite was used as well. Flash blown, as well as Dragon's Rage by that Lee Sin. Looks like he just doesn't have enough to survive. Karma will come to try and get the kill. Ignite goes down plus the Q. Well, that'll be enough. The shield to tank through that damage, and she'll get another kill. Lots of rotation and roaming coming out from Chanmi's Karma here. She's doing quite well while still staying relevant in farm. 97 to 95 in that mid lane. 3 kills on that Karma. She's going to be putting out a lot of AoE damage in team fights to come. 13 minutes into the game here, guys. A couple thousand gold in favor of Team In-N-Out Bjerger here. SKT Hype Train were our victors last evening, but they look like they're going to need a little bit to come back here. Dragon spawning in just over a minute and a half here, as mid lane turret leaves, getting a little bit back against Karma's roam, punishing that a little bit. Alright, pink ward being cleared out here by Kingsley. She is quite safe on that Vi. She does have a dash. Looks like Lee Sin's here in the middle lane. Shockwave goes down onto deleted. The nice shield comes out. The last auto attack will be enough to actually get the kill on that Lee Sin. Lee Sin just falling off here. An early game champion for sure, but he's down 1-3. Nice little stun here. Cocoon into a little bit of their human form combo out of that Elise. She will become in fighter form. Vault Breaker should get out of danger's way. Looks like blue buff gonna get started up here by Castro. Probably gonna be given over to this Karma. Oh no, she does have her own, so it'll probably go over to that Elise. Down in this bottom lane, looks like we're going to have a little bit of a push on by Corki and Thresh here, as top lane turret goes down to that Zed because of the roam down to mid lane by that Lee Sin. Farm numbers relatively close across the board other than that top lane. 98 to 59, almost a double gold lead in favor of that Zed. He's now got Cutlass and Brutalizer. That Deathmark going to do a lot of damage. Deathmark is available. As he roams down here. Nice Cocoon lands on to stop the aggression there, but the Assault and Battery lands down onto Elise. That's going to be enough damage, especially with the ball on top of Kingsley. Command attack dissonance doing a lot of damage to help just delete that jungler, which now, with No Smite being available for Team In-N-Out Bjergr, that's going to be a free dragon, relatively free dragon, for Team SKT Hype Trade. But a little bit of a fight here. An interesting choice by that Thresh to go in. Deathmark down onto this Karma. Will she get deleted? No, she has still about 300 HP remaining. Firepower goes down to just the massive damage between that Orianna and Lucian. Lucian now out of mana. Will he decide to stay? Lee Sin's still relatively close, but he's got half HP, and there are 3 members here. I don't think he should stay. There's nice ward coverage by blue team, but I guess the little bit of pressure he puts here, that was unfortunate going back in here. There was Summoner Heal available for that Orianna, and that will be able to keep her healthy through the ultimate and combo coming up from that Lee Sin. And landing into 3, including a Leona to lock him up, means that's just a free death. Looks like Elise will start up this buff here, because blue team has been forced to recall. That means the second dragon, of the game, going to be going over here to Team In-N-Out Bjergr. That's going to basically even up the gold here. 9-8 in kills, 2-0 in turrets, but we got the global gold here from that dragon, evening up it to just a 700 gold lead in favor of SKT Hype Train. Again, SKT Hype Train, congratulations on their win last night as the victors of our Platinum tier tournament. Tonight is Diamond. This is the semifinals between Team In-N-Out Bjergr on purple team against blue side Team SKT Hype Train, including the SKT Zed skin. Check it out. Pretty awesome. Number 1 of Legends doing a decent job in that top lane, outlaning his opponent 120 farm to 65. He's relatively fed. I mean, keeping on par with his mid lane, a little bit behind the enemy mid laner, especially on that 3-0 Karma, but definitely outlaning his opponent. Alright, in this bottom lane, a lot of aggression from each of these. It's kind of been a battle either way, but there's a red buff on this Lucian, and with his double shot passive, that's a second application of that slow and true damage. You don't want to take that too many times over. Ultimate's available for all of these bottom laners except for Thresh's box, but it'll be off cooldown in just a moment. On the way pings. There's a teleport coming here from this Lee Sin. Not a lot of communication. Thresh not able to hook anybody or lock anybody down. It looks like 4 members down here in favor of In-N-Out Bjergr. A couple words going to be cleared out. They might think about a dive here. But Vi in their wings as well. Will she decide to use Vault Breaker? She misses. Nice repel out of that Elise. Assault and Battery is available, but Kingsley will just fall to these 3 champions. Alright, a little bit of tussle in the jungle between Lee Sin and his matchup with Orianna. Orianna falls. She did flash the wall, but she goes down to Lee Sin anyway, and that's going to be a turret as well. That's a couple kills plus a turret in favor of In-N-Out Bjergr here. That swings the gold in their favor, down 700, now turning into being up 500 or so. Okay, a turret goes down in that top lane. That's the inner turret, now pushing on that inhibitor turret, backing off, of course, now that Karma has shown up, but that's a lot of global gold in their favor. If they can take this turret, it'll kind of even back up that gold, maybe even putting it in favor There we go. Now up again, 400 gold in favor, even though being down a turret, but up a kill. That's going to be 400 gold in favor of Team In-N-Out Burger here. Recall's coming out to spend all the global gold that they just got. Again, Dragon was taken quite recently, so it's not on the table at this time. We're going to see the interesting choices by these teams in this mid-game. We'll see who decides to group up, or if split pushing works out better for them. Lee Sin with that blue buff. Alright, looks like blue buff will be given over here to Chanmi's Karma. She is 3-0-1 with Fiends and Sork Boots completed. Alright, there's that blue buff going over. 157 farm to 136. These mid lane matchups relatively close. A little bit more gold in the hands of that Karma, but Orianna with a little bit more to offer her team in a team fight, of course, with that command Shockwave displacing people as well as dealing massive AoE damage on top of Dissonance. Captain Lord consuming the charges of her face of the mountain. There's a lot of AoE damage to be put down from SKT Hype Train here. If they can land a perfect combo, putting the ball onto a Zenith Blade, Orianna ball onto a Zenith Blade that can get Leona into the middle of the enemy team, that'll be a lot of damage that they can put out with the Shockwave combo on top of Solar Flare. Alright, a little bit of a stack here. Pretty close here. It looks like Zed's flanking around the back, but he does get spotted out by a ward. He's going to get zoned out here. Purple team staying really close together. That's In-N-Out Bjerger's great map awareness and decent rotations coming here, protecting this mid lane. A little bit of a shove. Deleted gets nice shield to mitigate a little bit of the damage from command attack dissonance. Orianna with completed items. Orianna's Athene's going to be nice CDR and mana regen, making sure that a lot of ball movement can keep her team safe, as well as the placement of Dissonance going to be crucial in this next team fight. 5v5 in this mid lane with ultimates available across the board, most summoner spells available for everybody, just a flash missing for Orianna. But everything else available for each of these teams as far as a 5v5 fight would go. We'll see who makes the first move. We're looking for a hook here from the Thresh, or a great Solar Flare coming out from Captain Lord. Dragon spawns in just about 30 seconds, guys. Looks like that's next on the mind of In-N-Out Burger here. Decent zoning potential. They do have that pink ward for vision control. A ward ends up in the pit here. Only one sweeper off cooldown to find out that ward. Looking for a little bit of poke out of the rocket barrage from Corki here. Alright, stacked up nicely for the AoE. SKT Hype Train should be thinking about capitalizing on the clumping action from In-N-Out Burger here. We're just waiting for this fight to break out. Dragon has spawned and started up a little bit by that Elise. Couple autos by that Lee Sin as well. The hook misses as well as Cocoon missing. Those are a lot of cooldowns. Might think about fighting right now. The ball goes on to Vi. Vi does have Vault Breaker, Flash, and Assault and Battery. The hook onto Zed, followed up by Thresh Senpai. He puts down the box, slows up a couple, but nice Solar Flare into Command Dissonance. Shockwave deletes a lot of people. Captain Lord with a lot of damage put down onto her. Summoner Heal comes out in time to keep people healthy so that Elise falls, Lee Sin falls, Corki at full HP, but Corki going to be the only run remaining, not putting his damage down into this fight as much as they would need for him to actually return a couple kills. That's going to be almost the ace coming out in favor of Team SKT Hype Train, just losing a couple in that fight there. Deathmark wasn't able to be used, I should say, because he got locked down so quickly and insta-gibbed on that awesome Deathmark by the Thresh. Alright, there's Firepower's aggression that we missed in the 5v5 scenario. He's going to force Lucian to back here in this bottom lane. Dragon was not taken by anybody quite yet. I'm just clearing out a couple words here. Thresh Senpai playing the champion of his namesake. Looks like Corky's starting off that dragon. There was a ward that did just die right here. Alright, Smite is available for this Elise. She also has her Q execute. There we go. That's about 300 gold going over to each of these members of Purple Team here. But still, the gold in SKT Hype Train's lead. Red buff going over here to Corky. He is out of mana now. You might think about backing to complete a little bit more pieces of that Triforce. Looks like Zed getting caught out pretty hard here in the top lane. Deathmark goes down onto Lee Sin, but he is taking Ignite as well. Not a lot left. No energy. Nice dodge on Cocoon, but yeah, there's just too much damage and too much of a chase potential. 3 members in this top lane. There's only so much a slippery Zed can do. He used all of his summoner spells and his ultimate, but at least he wasted the time, so that's going to get enough time, buy enough time for his team, for SKT Hype Train to get bottom lane turret. Baron started up by Purple Team here. They've started out a lot of damage down, only 10% taken. Alright, a little bit of a dive here. Assault and Battery goes down onto Chanmi. She will get the culling to face, get culled. Still half HP or a third HP remaining on this Baron here. Not too much damage available to actually shred this down. That's 3 turrets, 2 turrets, maybe even a third going down. The recall's coming out. They need to take it, but that's going to be an inhibitor turret falling. That's 3 turrets in a row, guys, falling in favor of SKT Hype Train. That's an inhibitor for Baron, and wow, that's 3k now. 3k gold lead on top of an inhibitor taken. That's not a good trade. The flash comes out from there. The ancient coin activated. Flay onto 2. The box goes down. That's going to be a little bit of damage going down to Lucian. He's kiting well against this, but the execute damage might be enough. Alright, Lucian does fall. That's a 2-for-1. Lucian and Orianna, the 2 carries, falling just for Thresh. Thresh being the support for his team, doing everything he can, using his entire kit, including both summoner spells, to get a couple kills for his team. That takes Baron off of 1 member, but still an inhibitor down in that bottom lane. A little bit of wave clear coming out from each of these champions, just making sure to farm out quite nicely. Still 3k in favor of SKT Hype Train. Alright, Lee Sin, will he get caught here? Assault and Battery almost available. Flash Sonic Wave into Resonating Strike to get away to that wolf camp. Probably was necessary as Assault and Battery came off cooldown at that point. It's the recall out from Firepower here. He's got that completed Triforce, and his Bloodthirster has been stacked, looking to complete that last Whisper next. Home Guard coming out. He'll rejoin his team quite quickly in that mid lane. Teleport is available for Lee Sin. He can think about keeping that split push going. Yes, he does cancel that recall. We'll see who they send to go and deal with him. There is no teleport summoner spell on SKT Hype Train here, so they have to actually send somebody over. Alright, this double wave might actually take down that turret. It will. Zed not able to wave clear quite quickly enough, but he will get a lot of gold from all of those minion kills. Blade of the Rune King on top of double pen items on that Zed. His death mark is going to hurt if he doesn't get instantly deleted. Nice Death Sentence lands onto Vi, and Ignite goes down onto her too. Culling from the side here. A lot of damage going down on these champions. Death Sentence misses. We've got a chase here. Death Mark goes down onto Corky, but Zed gets flayed out of the fight, and he goes down to that Elise. Assault and Battery goes down onto Elise, and she will fall to Lucian. Lee Sin following down to the AoE of that fight. That's going to be a 2-for-1 in favor, a 3-for-1 in favor of SKT Hype Train. Wow, the flash coming out. There is a red buff slow on that Chanmi coming out from Lucian. Auto attack passives. But She's got a shield to keep herself safe and sped up. Dragon spawning in just over a minute here. Looks like Lucian's going to lifesteal off of the jungle. Vault Breaker fails over the wall. There isn't a blue buff to actually steal, but all these other minions in the jungle are going to be taken up. Alright, Corki just cleaning up. He has an Elixir of Fortitude in his inventory, but he's looking to complete that last Whisper for the next fight here. Baron will be up in a little bit more than a minute, where Dragon will spawn in just about 45 seconds here. There isn't a lot of siege potential if the culling is on cooldown for SKT Hype Train here, but there's a lot of dive potential. If they can just land a nice Solar Flare as well as Command Shockwave as well as Dissonance just for a lot of AoE, and you follow up that with Assault and Battery onto a carry to kind of zone them out of the fight, then Zed can just elite a solo target while Lucian's just cleaning up people on the wings. And you just got a lot of team fight in general, which means In-N-Out Burger might think about just split pushing here. That's probably the better option. But the split push might be hard to deal with a Zed that can just go find somebody and delete them. Alright, the dragon has spawned. Lee Sin does not have teleport available. Alright, pink ward here. Looks like the dragon has been started by that Lucian. It's already down to less than half HP, and it'll just get executed by the smite from this Vi. Alright, Zed on his own, get down to half HP. Nice death sentence down onto Orianna. She gets deleted before she can press R. A little bit of a fight here. Ignite and Deathmark, not enough to actually delete Corki. He's very, very low. Nice flay from Thresh Senpai, keeps him safe. Oh, Death Sentence connects onto Lucian. Nice repel out of Elise, keeps her alive. Wow, great damage microing out there from their team. The shield lands onto Firepower to keep him safe. Wow, again with the great damage microing to keep nobody. Look at all those blinking health bars out here for In-N-Out Burger. They stay alive while taking 2 people out. That's a 2 for 0 in favor, but still a 3k gold lead. Still, just mostly from those turrets in favor of SKT Hype Train. Zed up here in the top lane. He does not have Deathmark or an Ignite available. He does have his Flash. Will Death Sentence land? It does! On top of the Cocoon, there's going to be a Flay to keep him slowed, and there's 4 members here from this team. They're going to chase him. Repel will be up off cooldown in just a moment here. There it is. And the execute damage from the Q will be enough to take her down. 300 gold goes over to that Elise. And because SKT Hype Train had to recall, there wasn't anything to be taken off this map in their favor. Baron spawning in 40 seconds, but Corki is bottom. He's going to head up this direction. Orianna looking to get a pick on somebody, but Elise is quite tanky. A lot of HP on that champion to mitigate damage coming out from that Orianna. Just under 30 seconds before that respawn of the Baron. Each team having nice vision control in there. Blue buff is available on purple side of the map. Alright, we are 32.5 minutes into this game here, guys. Baron is available. It has respawned. Corki has now completed his last Whisper, maybe getting an Infinity Edge off that other pickaxe purchase. Pretty decently equal builds between Lucian and Corki, but we do have a BF sword versus the Elixir of Fortitude in favor of that Lucian. A little bit of clear here. Elixir of Fortitude has been activated on that Zed. The ball is on top of him. Shockwave not being followed up by Resonating Strike. Wouldn't want to land into so many members of that team. Deathmark is available. Ignite not available for that Zed. Alright, all ultimates are now available for each of these teams. Summoner spells, most of them are on cooldown, but we do have ultimates available. The Baron is the next thing on people's to-do list. The inhibitor has respawned in that bottom lane, so it's kind of an equal push in that bottom lane will freeze about where the white camp will be. Pings go down onto this Lee Sin. He will grab the lantern for safety. This might be the last team fight that decides it all. Again, still relatively close. It's only about 2,000 gold that separates these two teams, guys, and it's 34 minutes in, so 2,000 gold isn't quite that much this late in the game. SKT Hype Train pinging out that Baron. There is vision for each of these teams in the pit as well as around it. Started out by this Lucian. He's going to get a little bit of damage down here. Going to pot out that ward. It will go down. They keep the aggro on it for a little bit. They all take a little bit of poke. Wow. Zed goes into the pit to take 3 auto attacks from the Baron. He goes down to 70% HP. Leona going in with Zenith Blade. That's probably a little bit of miscommunication. Zed not anywhere near this fight. A nice Solar Flare lands on the Thresh. He'll be the first to fall. Lucian gets kicked into the box. Lee Sin around the back here. He'll just get deleted. Minions OP. Not quite. He has literally he had single-digit HP as he was running away. He will fall, though. That's going to be 2 kills going in favor of SKT Hype Train. They might think about the Baron now that they have a numbers advantage. Alright, ward spotted out here by Chanmi. Deathmark still available, not used in that engagement as #1 of Legends. Zed was actually relatively far away from the fight. There is a minion wave stacking up there in that top lane. We'll see who they send to pick up that farm. Captain Lord just looking for a few wards to delete here. Lucian gonna recall out of vision, so they won't know that he isn't close by. There is vision in the pit for both of these teams, so they'll know if either team decides to start a Baron. Lee Sin will be back on the map in about 5 seconds. Zed is quite low from tanking so many minions. He'll probably want to recall here and then head back with the gold he's sitting on. There's Lee Sin coming back out of the base with Home Guard. Going to clear up that bottom lane, then head over that way. Looks like Zed's going to spend his $1.5 or so. Sells that Doran to complete his last Whisper, or his Yomu's, sorry. An interesting choice for that Zed. Yomu's Ghostblade, more for auto attack heavy champions, but I suppose if he wants to get as much damage into his burst as possible. There is teleport available for that Lee Sin, so he'll be able to join his team when they need him. Had that push in that mid lane. Heading up here, the speed boost coming out from that Dissonance. There is an Elixir of Fortitude on this Lucian. He's looking to deal massive damage with that Infinity Edge. He's up that full item to the pickaxe part of Corki. Oh wow, out-rotated here. The inhibitor is open, and we've got a lot of auto attack damage, physical damage. It's burned down half HP on that inhibitor. It will fall as Lee Sin finally does recall. Lots of AoE poke coming out from that Karma. The cocoon lands onto Leona as she throws Shockwave down, or she throws her. Alright, Lucian just falls. That's going to be a lot of damage missing for SKT Hype Train. Thresh Senpai barely surviving under turret as Vi falls to firepower. That's a double kill. He doesn't have any mana. Triple kill, but he's got a lot of damage with his Trinity Force. That's going to be almost a quadra kill. Scumbag Thresh Senpai taking that last hit on the quadra kill. But that's going to be an ace for 2 in favor of In-N-Out Burger. When we had a gold lead in favor of SKT Hype Train, still a gold lead in favor. They had the first couple turrets as well as Dragon, still up 4 turrets, but that's probably going to be a Baron in favor. They do have a full HP Elise to tank it up with her Spiderlings. This is going to be first Baron of the game going over to oh, sorry, second Baron of the game going over to In-N-Out Burger. Again, they were the winners of our first round so far. Alright, and that's going to be the Baron down to 1,000 HP, executed by that Elise. And it was in time for the respawns from Deleted and Chanmi to also get the buff. Dragon is also available, so the same with the blue buff on purple side here. Karma going to pick up that blue buff, and it looks like a team fight could break out around that the Dragon Pit, sorry, excuse me. Alright, blue buff goes over to this mid lane. Karma, she does have Death Cap, Void Staff, working on that Hourglass. And a quick dragon stolen away here by the team that doesn't have Baron. And that'll keep the gold lead in their favor technically, but as far as total damage available from items and stats, Baron is about 3,000 or 4,000 gold worth of stats on these champions. So technically, even though there's about 3,000 gold in favor of SKT Hype Train, they're actually about even with In-N-Out Burger because of that Baron buff. So for this next fight here, we'll see how things go. But even without Baron buff, there was an ace that happened in favor of In-N-Out Burger, so we'll see how this next one goes here. Cocoon lands onto Lucian, but there's nobody to follow up. Deathmark goes down on top of that Karma here, but she gets shielded up by everybody and their dog, so she won't actually take anything other than a few hundred damage to her HP bar, as number 1 of Legends is going to have to lifesteal up here in the jungle. He used everything in his kit, including his activatable items, but doesn't actually get anything for it, which will mean there's a 5v4 push in this mid lane. Dissonance is available. The culling was used. A little bit of poke coming out from each of these teams, and there's going to be the turret going down. The Baron buff giving full advantage to In-N-Out Burger here. A little bit of aggression coming out. Relentless Pursuit used for a little bit of a chase there out of that Lucian. Looks like these guys will be headed down bot lane. Deleted does not have teleport, but he can quickly wave clear, and with such a high mobility champion, he'll be able to make it back to his team quickly. Baron buff will deter any engagement from SKT Hype Train onto In-N-Out Burger here. Alright, bottom inhibitor will be respawning quite shortly, as Lee Sin is keeping bottom lane pushed up in In-N-Out Burger's favor. There is not a super minion in that last wave that's just meeting up with bottom lane right now. The inhibitor has respawned. Thresh and Karma keeping things away from their base in this mid lane. Nice AoE damage, deletes all those caster minions. Alright, now gold has become even, plus the Baron is still on. About a quarter of the Baron left for In-N-Out Burger. Recall comes out from Vi and Leona here. The two tanks have based. Alright, now a 5-man push down this mid lane again. They're looking to get an inhibitor off of this push. Finally, an inhibitor could go down in favor of In-N-Out Burger. They have a little bit left on this Baron. About 45 seconds or so. Looks like they're just going to tank up this turret. That's going to be the turret falling. Vi is still in that mid lane, so it's a 5v4 here. Solar Flare hits 4. Shockwave goes down, already takes the GA. Corki falls immediately. That's going to be definitely favorable for SKT Hype Train. They get a couple kills, Lee Sin and Corki out of the fight. The Lantern will keep Elise safe from that chase. Baron not available as the buff wears off now. The solo kill with Deathmark and Ignite going in favor of number 1 of Legends. That's 3 for 0. Nice engagement to punish the tower tank. 3 for 0 in favor of SKT Hype Train. They're going to be looking to get maybe a couple inhibitors off of it. Will they make the same mistake of tanking up a turret? Death Sentence lands, but there's only one person remaining. He has to flash away as the red buff slow was enough to scare him off away from that Lucian. Taking up the turret, that's going to be another inhibitor turret falling in favor of SKT Hype Train. That's going to be one more inhibitor. They've got 20 seconds or so on each of these 3 dead champions. Nice Zenith Blade lands onto Elise. She is forced to flash. Solar Flare lands but doesn't stun. Kind of a waste there as she was able to get back onto her platform. That's 2 inhibitors in favor of SKT Hype Train. With a dragon spawning in just over a minute and a half, they'll be able to clear out this jungle, steal all that available gold away from In-N-Out Burger. Things have been going one way and then the other in this game, guys. What a great match coming out so far. 2 minutes before that Baron respawns, a minute and a half on that dragon. Look at that. Over 1,000 gold sitting on 3 members of SKT Hype Train. Alright, Infinity Edge has been completed now for that Corki, and he has a Giant's Belt for a little bit more HP to mitigate the damage coming out against him. It'll be interesting to see how this last team fight happens. With 44 minutes having passed in this game, guys, the death timers are going to be devastating to whoever ends up in those respawn chambers, especially if it's a member of In-N-Out Burger. They're already down 2 inhibitors with super minions pushing in 2 separate lanes. If they lose any members this late in the game, on top of those super minions pushing, it's probably going to mean the Nexus explosion. Alright, the nice true damage plus armor shred gonna mean firepower can clear out this bottom lane quite quickly here. Alright, top lane being pushed as the other 2 lanes will be pushing on their own in favor of SKT Hype Train here. Lee Sin trying to clear up this mid lane here with that Hydra. With a little bit of armor pen from that Brutalizer. It was interesting, actually, if you guys remember, in Picks and Bans, In-N-Out Burger actually banned out Riven, which was Deleted's champion of choice for last game, which he had an amazing showing on, getting 2 solo kills and then more total kills throughout the game, being a monster on that Riven, but they chose to ban it, and instead picked the Lee Sin. But Lee Sin, 4 and 9, I mean 12 assists, but he's kind of not done as much for his team as they would need him to do with that Teleport Summoner spell available as well. Look at him grouped with his team. He might want to be bottom lane right now with Teleport available so that they can keep the minions out of their base. Alright, Baron has respawned, Dragon has respawned. Looks like SKT Hype Train's just going to go and do that Baron. It's kind of free for them because look at that huge minion wave stacking in that bottom lane. There's a couple super minions at full HP here. Deleted is going to have to start that up. Alright, Baron has been started. It's down to half HP or so. That's going to be a free Baron in favor of SKT Hype Train. They're coming here into the base. They're going to bring minions from that mid lane. As Deleted is still trying to tank up now 3 super minions. Hitting his face. He doesn't have too much armor to be able to deal with these guys. That's a lot of damage coming out. He's trying to lifesteal tank through this entire minion wave here. Alright, top lane now going to be the next point of aggression here for SKT Hype Train. Do they get a catch here? No. Nice AoE poke coming out from Chun-Mi, but the Baron regen going to keep SKT Hype Train quite safe there. They do have a cannon creep, but they choose not to use it. It gets deleted quite quickly from the magic damage coming out from Chun-Mi. Death Sentence lands onto Captain Lord. Zed goes in, but the nice Zhanya is coming out from Chun-Mi, keeps her safe. Nice Solar Flare lands, nice. The poke damage from the Shurikens actually gets the kill. That's going to be 3 kills in favor of SKT Hype Train. The Baron buff just too much, and then Assault and Battery goes down onto Corki. He just gets deleted. Alright, there's the Ace for none. And as the inhibitors respawn, it doesn't really matter. The triple kill and then the surrender vote comes out. That's going to be a victory here for SKT Hype Train. Congratulations, they were our victors last night of the Platinum Tournament, and while things did look rocky early on, looks like they come out victorious in the semifinals. They'll be moving on to the finals match here on the Diamond League of Legends tournament, hosted here by yours truly, Impossible, on behalf of NotSoStockGaming's amateur tournaments throughout the week. Again, this is our Diamond tournament. Congratulations to SKT Hype Train. They are going to be moving on to our finals matchup. I'm going to go ahead and post that bracket in the chat here for all of you guys to check out. If you're just joining us, thanks so much for joining. Hit that follow button at the bottom of this stream. We'd love to have you join us for all of our tournaments throughout the week. Looks like we're going to have SKT Hype Train, who are #1 seed, taking on the winner between the matchup between Monstemanium and Lee Sin Sucks Duck team, the other semifinal matchup. It'll be just a moment before we find out who were the victors of that. I'm going to check in with our admins here just to find out who was successful on that. Again, in the meantime, while we're waiting for this next match to start up and knowing exactly what the matchup will be, if you're interested, go ahead and check out our website, NotSoStock.ca. We have awesome resources there. We have the calendar that'll show you upcoming tournaments throughout these weeks, throughout the entire month and beyond. If you'd like to sign up, the website is available, NotSoStock.ca. Sign up your team. If you don't have a team, you're just like a solo queue player, but you're interested in joining, we do have an awesome feature called Team Finder on our website where you can just input your information, say, hey, look, I'm gold, looking for a team, and you'll We've had awesome success rates by summoners who have loved to use that tool to find a team. You get picked up quite quickly, and maybe even create a whole new team of your own to join in these tournaments and have your shot at RP rewards, and even the triumphant Rise skin that's issued by Riot Games to the winners of each of these tier tournaments. Again, tonight is Diamond tier, with a few invitationals of Platinum teams from our games last night. And then tomorrow is any tier, so it doesn't matter if you're Diamond, doesn't matter if you're Bronze. Come and join us tomorrow evening. Sign up your team. They still have open slots available for your teams to join our any tier tournament tomorrow. And you, like I said, you have a chance at RP, thousands of RP available to be given out as prizes for the victors. Top 4 teams do get rewards, so even if you didn't go first place, you still get something. Also, a few other things on our website. If you're interested in upping your game, we have high elo coaches available. I am even one of them. If you're interested in high elo coaching, there is more information on our website, NotSoStock.ca. Go ahead and check that out. Check us out on Facebook too. There is a link on our website to our Facebook as well as Twitter. Follow the stream too. We'd love to have you spectate all of our matches throughout the weeks. We'll have the winners bracket. Well, there's single elimination, but we have the winning games followed by me, so that we have awesome shoutcasting. If there's any way that we can improve our service to you guys, we are here for the esports community. We would love for your feedback. Message us on Facebook. Chat us up here on Twitch. We'd love to hear what we can do better to improve your viewer experience and your participation experience. We'd love to have all of you join in our tournaments and get the most out of this as you can. And you giving us feedback is the best way for us to be able to improve our service to you. Again, we're just waiting to see, if you check out that bracket, we're waiting to see who is going to win that semifinal between Mons Daemonium and Lee Sin Sucks Duck. Whichever team of those two becomes victorious in that semifinal will come and take on SKT Hype Train for the finals of tonight's Diamond Tier tournament. And the winners will take home 32 RP apiece for each of the 5 members of that team, as well as Triumphant Rise skin. Again, congratulations to SKT Hype Train. They were actually the victors last night of our Platinum Tier tournament. They walked away with those prizes, and they were invited as an invitational because of their victory last night into this tournament, and they're doing quite far. They're going to be in the finals here, ladies and gentlemen. They've had some awesome games so far, and we'll see what happens with the finals taking place just shortly here on twitch.tv/NotSoStockGaming. Thanks so much for joining us so far. Hit that follow button, guys. Invite your friends to come watch the stream with you. Make a party of it. Grab some drinks, grab some snacks, order some pizza, and make a party out of this, guys. We love having you join us here on this stream. I love shoutcasting for you guys. And again, if you have any questions, any comments, post those in the Twitch chat. We'll answer any questions that you have. And we'll be underway shortly, guys. Alright, again, guys, in just a moment we'll get underway. We're just waiting to see who won between Mons Daemonium and Lee Sin Sucks Duck. Alright, looks like Lee Sin Sucks Duck was victorious. Alright, here we are, guys. This is going to be the finals matchup. Will be underway shortly. Again, invite your friends, come check us out. Alright, we got them ready here in Team Select. And here we are into Champion Select. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. This is NotSoStockGaming's Diamond Tier Tournament of League of Legends. Alright, first band's coming out. That Renekton banned out. Riven banned out against blue team here. Kale banned out as well. Late game carries not wanted there. Thresh the final ban. Alright, here we go, guys. Third and final ban coming out from blue team here. 10 seconds remaining on that clock. Soraka will be that final ban out. Again, this is Team SKT Hype Train versus Team Lee Sin Sucks Duck. Alright, there we are. Last band going to be Vi here, and the first pick Leona again for SKT Hype Train here. They put a lot of stock on that champion. I have the Caitlyn locked in. There we go. Caitlyn Nidalee locked in. That's a lot of long-range damage and poke potential out of those two champions. We might see... Those are summoner spells I would think would be from a Nasus here. It might be a pickup later on in these picks. A couple junglers being hovered over here for SKT Hype Train. And that's most likely a mid lane Nidalee. Going to be traded out to their mid laner in exchange for a different top lane pick. The Lucian Leona again for that bottom lane. It'll be the second game in a row that we will have, and if I'm not mistaken, they used that duo in the finals as well. There's a lot of synergy between those two champions. We've got the Leona passive of Sunlight and a lot of things in Lucian's kit able to ignite that passive. And we're going to have massive AoE on this team here from SKT Hype Train with the Amumu, Curse of the Sad Mummy, being able to be stacked on top of or stacked with the solar flare coming out from Leona. Kind of a hard engage against a team that would probably not do well so far with the picks that have been taken. Would not do well so far against hard engage. Nidalee, not a lot to give to a team fight, technically. And we might have the Jax locked in here. Jax is a great late game carry, as well as an awesome lane bully. Looks like we're going to have Morgana taken as the support. Morgana, a hard counter to Leona, but you can only black shield one person, so Curse of the Sad Mummy going to do work for that team. More AoE could come out. That would be incredible. There's going to be AoE, well, like on hit. If that Amumu could hit a few people with that Curse of the Sad Mummy, if they do lock in Ziggs instead of that LeBlanc, that would be a lot of AoE damage, just massive, as well as great CC and peel for this Lucian here. Lucian, a great champion for self-peel as well. He's got a lot in his kit to keep him safe. Movement speed buff, dash. Maybe the Lulu could be here, but again, the hover over that Ziggs, I think the Ziggs pick would be the strongest pick they could do here, because there is also part of that Amumu kit with his passive being able to reduce some magic resist on hit. Interesting to see the lock-ins here. Like I said, you can only black shield one person here, Morgana. What are you going to do? And the Ziggs does get locked in. Man, that is a terrifying lineup here to play against. SKT Hype Train with all that AoE damage, and then mobility here for the two people that aren't going to be doing in that AoE. You're going to have Lee Sin to kick the Jax off of Lucian, meaning everybody's going to be kept off of Lucian. Lucian's going to be able to kite away whatever he needs to, and then there's just going to be that massive AoE between the Curse of the Sad Mummy, Eclipse, Solar Flare, all of Ziggs' kit, including Mega Inferno Bomb, Minefield, a lot of zoning potential. It's going to be a massive damage. We're going to have to see Banshee's Veils and Spirit Visage out of these champions here. If they can't stall enough for this Nasus, and if SKT can force a lot of 5v5s, that's going to be... This could get out of control. Post level 6, think of a team fight, 5v5 between these two teams. Nidalee can't do squat against that team early on. We're going to have a tanky-ass Leona, tanky-ass Amumu. It's going to be hell against these teams. And like I said, Morgana can only black shield one person. She might be able to stop the stun of an Amumu being able to grab somebody, but still, that's Bandage Tosh is still going to bring him into the team. So it'll be interesting to see what happens here, guys. We're on that last second. No more moves out of these champions, and the summoner spells will be as they are shown now. We're into that 3-minute delay. Yeah, if they can't stall for this Nasus, and I suppose the Jax too, being able to perma-stack a Feral Flare, I don't know if it'll actually be a possibility. There might be a little bit of invade potential, level 1, against that Amumu. They might force him to take Q level 1, which would set him far behind in the jungle. Invading an Amumu is always a good way to go. He doesn't have a lot to stop you. But if they can... okay, so if Lee Sin sucks duck, purple team here, if they can actually stall out and allow Siphoning Strike to get like super farmed up, as well as Jax to just farm up his Feral Flare a lot, then they can actually do pretty well late game. But this the mid-game team fights, this is what I'm worried about, guys. I'm worried about the mid-game team fights around like Dragon Pit, where there's just so much AoE control, AoE damage, AoE stun even from the Leona and Amumu ultimates that it's like that's free dragon, plus probably a few kills if you try and fight that. Like that's a terrifying level 6, post level 6 team coming out from SKT Hype Train here. It'll be interesting to see how things play out, unless the lanes go terribly in favor of Lee Sin sucks duck here. I have a hard time seeing them come away with a win. I think Champion Select definitely went in favor of SKT Hype Train here. I mean, we do have, again, in the top lane, Ignite versus Teleport. We'll see how that plays out. We have seen in other games throughout the tournaments that we've had this week, we have seen it go in favor of the Ignite champion, getting those early leads, getting an early lane dominance, or we've also seen the Teleport used correctly and just, it's like, fine, I'm losing lane, that's fine, but I'm going to be able to have more map pressure and more, better movements for my team. So it looks like we just have a little bit under a minute here remaining on that delay, and then we'll get onto Summoner's Rift here, guys. Man, I know personally I would hate to play as like the Morgana here, because you have to make a split-second clutch decision of who you put the Black Shield on and for what. It's like, if you put Black Shield on somebody for the Bandage Toss, they're still going to bring an Amumu into your team. And they might not get stunned, but it's like, then what choice do you have in front of you? Are you going to Black Shield, are you going to let them get stunned and save the Black Shield for the ultimates that come out from Leona and Amumu? It's like, what? How can you make that decision? You can't tell the future. You don't know exactly what's going to happen. You don't know who's going to use their ultimates where. Man, that's a stressful support position to play, in my opinion. And we are loading up here, guys. Hey, in the meantime, invite your friends to come watch, guys. We're going to have an awesome final here. Definitely going to be a lot of plays to be made. SKT Hype Train here versus Lee Sin Suckstuck. The final match of NotSoStockGaming's Amateur Diamond tier tournament this evening. We have more tournaments throughout the week. Any tier tomorrow. If you haven't signed up your team yet, make sure you do. NotSoStock.ca. If you don't have a team to sign up, there's still time. Use that Team Finder feature on our website. You can sign up just as a solo summoner looking for a team. We've had success from a lot of other people in the past, just finding teams even in the same day, within the same hour to sign up. So make sure you do that. And if you're just looking to up your game and you're just having fun enjoying this stream, but you're interested in ranking up on your own in solo queue, we do have high elo coaches available, and that's a service available through our website. Go ahead and check that out on NotSoStock.ca. Follow us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter. We'd love to have you interact with us in as many ways as possible. And we are now getting on to Summoner's Rift here, guys. I do have the cursor available. So I'm thinking we're spawning in just a moment. 52% on Lee Sin will be just a little bit longer then. But yeah, hit that follow button too, guys. We'd love to have you join us as viewers for all of our matches. If you enjoy my shoutcasting, if you enjoy just the entertainment value that we offer you, we'd love to have you join us throughout each of the tournaments throughout this week, throughout every week. And I'm just moving around champions here to make sure matchups are here on the scoreboard. Looks like we're going to have Relic Shield versus the Spell Thief's Edge for starts down here in the bottom lane. Yeah, welcome to Summoner's Rift, guys. This is the finals matchup between SKT Hype Train on blue side versus Lee Sin Suckstuck on purple. Looks like we have a decent just spread out here. Human wards coming out here. And again, this is patch 4.7. So if you haven't played on it yet and you're just getting used to it, trinkets are available 30 seconds into the match. So obviously we are a minute in already. There are available those trinkets to protect against those early invades. Alright, we're going to have that ward spotting out Leona here. It's actually a hard ward to pull off if you haven't tried it. Often referred to as the Scar ward. You can YouTube that. It's quite hilarious to watch Scar try and get that word if you're interested in a little bit more entertainment. And just kind of like the stacks up along the river to keep everybody safe. Alright, looks like we're going to have mirrored buff starts here. Jax starting with his stun here and the dodge, as he will start with his blue buff. Jungle Jax here going to be going for Pharaoh Flare, whereas Amumu gets one of the spirit items, most likely going to be the tank one for a little bit of tenacity. Alright, there's a range advantage in favor of this Caitlyn down here in the bottom lane, but the all-in potential definitely stronger for Leona if she can find a target that is not black shielded. It'll all be about reaction timing from this Morgana here. If she can land the Dark Bindings as well as have black shield used at the right times. Nice harass goes down and a headshot hits onto Lucian. He's down to just over 200 HP. As Morgana takes a little bit of minion damage. Nice pill for Peacemaker lands onto Captain Lord. That's level 2 for these guys. Nice Dark Binding lands. The pool is available. Headshot available. Headshot goes down to Captain Lord. They're shoved in against the turret here. Half HP or less for blue side as they just barely hit level 2 here. Alright, Lee Sin shoved up here in the top lane. Definitely doing work. Alright, Jax heading up here in the top lane. There are no rewards. He will not get spotted out by anything. Small gift, big box on this Nasus. Level 2. Does he have Spirit Fire or Wither? Okay, he hits level 3. He hits level 3. Should have his spell rotation available. Will he use Wither go down? No, it looks like Jax will just go ahead and start up those golems. Amumu staying in Fog of War here as he passes through that mid lane. Down to this bottom lane. He might think about ganking. There is a river ward here. The trinket still with time remaining. Will spot out that Amumu. Will they react in time? Leona does have Zenith Blade available. She does land through the 90 caliber net. The stun goes down. Summoner Heal keeps Leona healthy. Black shield enough to keep Caitlyn there as the Banish Toss completely misses, but there's going to be damage going down on this Caitlyn. That's a 1-for-1 so far. As Lucian stays safe, that's going to be a double kill in favor of that Amumu. That'll set him quite ahead in that jungle. Lucian almost dies to minions. Sub 50 HP. But Jack's not close enough to actually get anything done. Level 4 is up here in the top lane. Siphoning Strike up to 30 stacks 4 minutes in. Not terrible. He is definitely behind in farm to this Lee Sin. Lee Sin doing work up here in the top lane. Amumu takes a spear to the face, gets quite low, but just puts a little bit of pressure down on this mid lane. On to that Ziggs versus Nidalee matchup. Ziggs trying to shove hard against Nidalee so that pre-6 she might miss out on a little bit of farm, but she's doing quite a decent job last hitting here. Egg carton on that Nidalee, showing us how it's done. Normally on this, if they're the Ziggs in this matchup, you want to shove in against this Nidalee early, as she should struggle last hitting underneath the turret. Yeah, see, missing out on a couple creeps underneath the tower there, without Cougar form available for that. A little bit of a dive down here into this top lane, number 1 of Legends, with still a consumable available. Has not used that pot yet, has been sustaining through his W passive ability. All consumables though for small gift, big box Nasus here, trying to sustain up so that he can stack his Siphoning Strike as much as possible, up to 51 stacks now. Nice Piltiver Peacemaker. Wave clearing a little bit underneath this turret here. A little bit of auto attack harass comes out from each of these 80 carries, as Caitlyn is last hitting nicely up about 10 minions over this Lucian, despite dying once. A little bit of damage down onto this Lucian. He's about half HP. Uses a potion to sustain back up here. Lee Sin going aggressive onto this Nasus up here in the top lane. Misses his Sonic Wave, so will not follow up with any Resonating Strike here. Will Jax make it in? There is a ward in that brush. Amumu is here as well. He's out of their vision. Jax has now backed up. Will the Banish Toss touch? It does. The stun comes through, but then Black Shield will keep Zenith Blade from actually connecting. Might have just actually missed. Looks like a Moo will head back into the jungle as his red buff will be spawning in just about 10 or 15 seconds here. Jax will be thinking about his buff as well. He is standing in the brush, not quite checked out by a ward just yet. But he will return to his jungle to farm up that blue buff. It does spawn. There's red buff as well for Amumu. Looks like Ziggs is coming down here to this bottom lane, or just placing a ward in the river. No, he will be heading down to this bottom lane. He does have his ultimate available. No ultimates for this bottom lane quite yet, but the stun goes down onto Caitlyn because Black Shield went on Morgana. She is quite low. Ultimate comes out and will catch her on the end of it. That's going to be a kill in favor of this Ziggs. 3-1 in the kills. Up 800 gold now. Almost 1,000 gold lead in favor of SKT Hype Train. With that kill on Caitlyn going over to that Ziggs. Flash and Summoner Heal will not available for that Caitlyn to keep her safe. Looks like Amumu's quasi-infade here did not go in his favor as he goes down to about 200 HP. Forced to flash out. Nice spear lands onto Ziggs. There's not a lot of AP on that Nidalee, but I mean, even through the Chalice MR of that Ziggs, he's going to take a little bit of damage. And shoving up here against just the solo Morgana. Alright, let's check in this top lane here. Just a sustain fest up here. Lee Sin able to use Iron Will to keep himself farmed up nicely and high HP. Looks like Nasus did back and use teleport to come back to lane with a Sheen, which will make stacking his Q passive even better. He's up to about 100 stacks here, 8 minutes in. A little bit better than he was doing. Double buffs being picked up by each of these respective junglers. Looks like blue buff will be given over to this Ziggs. There is that blue buff. Jax with both buffs though. He's looking to come up top lane and maybe look to hit this Lee Sin. Lee Sin takes a little bit of damage. Wither goes down. Ultimate popped. But the damage, including the ignite down. Nice microing of that damage. Looks like the lifesteal passive from Nasus will keep him healthy enough. Red buff slowed down onto #1 of Legends, but the jump will be up from Kersey Money, and he does get that kill. 3-2 in kills. About 500-600 gold separates these two teams. This is always an unfortunate time when this happens in the bottom lane, guys. When if you play AD carry, you play support, if you have to base at the opposite time, basically, as your lane partner, then it becomes really hard for either one of you to do well. Because look, Caitlyn is having to 1v2 here, barely getting a few last hits, but she can't really do exactly everything she wants. Now that Morgana's back, it's not much of an issue, but Morgana having to 1v2, Caitlyn having 1v2, that's never fun. She'll kind of get back up to the farm numbers that Lucian has been at. Lucian going to back here, probably picking up a set of boots, maybe even a BF sword. I don't think he has... Oh, he should have enough for BF sword. Yes, there he goes, picking it up. Alright, a little bit of an invade here from Jax. He was spotted by that pink ward, so they will know that he's in here somewhere. Looks like Jax will not be able to get him. Jax did not have flash available to counter the flash that came out of that Ziggs. Looks like he will stay healthy. A nice Primal Surge heal coming out from that Nidalee. She's using pots to sustain herself. Alright, a little pain went down onto that bottom turret. It should fall relatively soon. Caitlyn almost out of mana here, but should be alright. Level 6 is coming out from each of the areas. Nice Dark Binding into that pool. The Solar Flare lands onto Morgana here. Takes a full culling, but there's not a lot left. Wow, the Flash Zenith Blade lands onto here, but Lucian's tanking the turret. That's not a great idea. And the Dark Binding lands onto Leona as she's tanking underneath the turret. No mana for Caitlyn ulti though. So it looks like it'll be a nothing for nothing. A lot burned from each of these guys here. All summoners from all 4 of these bottom lane champions. So 4 summoner spells for 4 summoner spells plus the 2 ultimates from blue side. Soul Shackles and Ace in the Hole will be available upon their arrival back down to this bottom lane. Not a lot of damage went down onto this bottom lane turret. Purple team has pinged out. Lee Sin's sucks duck will be thinking about take this dragon because they know that bottom lane had to base. Kingsley getting a bit of a catch down here. Ultimate used onto Egg Carton, but the nice Black Shield will block a little bit of Mega Inferno Bomb's damage. Caitlyn with a little bit of a catch here onto this Ziggs. Will he be able to dodge the Dark Binding? It is on cooldown until now. Doesn't quite hit him. And Sonar Heal gives him enough movement speed to get away. Looks like Amumu will fall, as he did not have enough teammates to keep him safe. Alright, looks like that will be the Dragon going down to the smite of Crazy Money 74. See how he's coming along with that Feral Flare. 19 stacks. As top lane turret does go down, trying to answer a little bit of that global gold. 200 gold lead, 300, about 200 gold lead in favor of SKT Hype Train here, even though they do lose the Dragon. This Lee Sin doing a lot of work up here in the top lane. 150 or so stacks coming out from that Nasus. Forces the ultimate under tower here. Lee Sin takes a couple tower hits and a massive siphoning strike to the face. Jax is here too. If he can land a Wither, he's out of range now. Just one Wither will do it. Wow, the bait there. Ignite goes down onto Nasus. He'll probably fall. Yep, that's going to be a 1-for-1. But an assist pool of gold goes over to that Nasus. As Leona falls in this bottom lane. This isn't good. Curse of the Sad Mummy not available, but she is out of mana with no summoner spells to her name. Double shot. One more shot should do it, and then that's nice of Kingsley to cancel his W as well as give the kill over to Lucian. Alright, they do spot out that Jax as he will be doing his blue buff here. Red buff spawning in just about 35 to 45 seconds. And it looks like they give that buff over to Nidalee. Almost stolen out by that Amumu, as he saw that they were trying to give it away and not use Smite. Alright, those spears are starting to hurt now that the Athenes is almost completed for this Nidalee. And her weave clear has improved now that she has Cougar form available, obviously level 10. Much further than level 6. Amumu only level 8 though. Definitely a level advantage for this Lee Sin too. He's got a rank 2 ultimate right now. Now would be a opportune time for him to fight this Nasus with level 2 Dragon's Rage to the level 1 ultimate out of this Nasus. Ignite not yet available for Lee Sin. It was used to pick up another kill onto this Nasus before. Lots of damage, but here's that Jax. The kick lands onto Nasus, but Flash comes out, red buff slow, as well as the empowered W auto attack. Crazy Money going to pick up another kill onto that. 3-0-1 as Jax with 24 stacks, only 6 more to go to hit that Feral Flare. Looks like Nidalee will get caught. The Flash doesn't actually save her. She gets ulted by both of these champions here. She will fall to the AoE. Yes, the burn from the red buff doing enough. But unfortunately, Ziggs flashes underneath tower into a red buff, double buff, Crazy Money. He's now on a rampage, 4-0-1. And well farmed. This bottom lane also going in Lee Sin Suckstuck's favor. Now they do have a gold lead. Okay, things have now evened up. 8-7 in kills, 1-0 in turrets. But that Jack's doing work for his team. Solar Flare, nice, lands right onto Morgana as the spell shield does wear off. If her ultimate might have finished there, that might have been a lot more. Oh wow, Jack shows up. He is everywhere on this map. Forces a couple flashes. The red buff slow, and the trap in the perfect place there. Ace in the hole going to take out Kingsley. That's a double kill for Caitlyn, and Jax will pick up the third one. That's a 3-for-1. Morgana giving her life, and a nice ultimate to slow people down in that bottom lane. That's going to be 3 kills for 1, plus the turret, which means now a 2k gold lead swinging in favor of Lee Sin Suckstuck. Again, this is the finals matchup here, guys, of the Diamond tier tournament here at NotSoStockGaming's amateur tournaments throughout the week. My name is Impossible. I shoutcast these for you throughout the week. We'd love it if you would hit that follow button. Follow us for all of the different tier tournaments if you want to be involved for your chance to win some RP and some legacy skins here. Then go ahead and sign up on our website, NotSoStock.ca. If you don't have a team to sign up with, sign up as a solo queue member, a summoner on their own in our Team Finder feature on our website. Again, NotSoStock.ca. Go ahead and join us up there. We also have high elo coaches available to help you get an advantage here. Nice dodging out by that Ziggs to use Satchel Charge to keep himself safe. Nice spear lands, taking Ziggs down to half HP. He does have Summoner Heal available, and Mega Inferno Bomb if he needs to wave clear at a tremendous pace. Nice wave clear also coming out from the champions here with the Morgana pool, as well as Piltover Peacemaker on the blue buff Caitlyn. A nice solar flare lands onto Morgana, forcing out that. Nice solar flare landing onto the Jax. He pops his ultimate and runs after people. Teleport coming in from Nasus. Wither goes down onto Ziggs. He dies to Piltover Pacemaker. That's a 2 for none in favor of Lee Sin Sucks Duck. And that Siphoning Strike damage is going to take out that turret. Curse of the Sad Mummy goes down, but there's nobody to follow up here as Lucian is still bottom lane. He gets a turret for his troubles, but mid lane turret goes down, plus 2 kills in favor of Lee Sin Sucks Duck. And they're going to get another turret here. Nice spear almost takes out that Leona, as she's going to have to walk back to her base. The only safe way to get away. Alright, Jack starts up that dragon, healing up through the passive of Pharaoh Flare, and Primal Surge. Going to give him a little bit more attack speed. He does have Smite available. It's going to go down. There's 2 turrets, 2 kills, and a dragon in favor of Lee Sin Sucks Duck. That's going to be a now... It was even about 3 minutes ago, now up to a 5k gold lead in favor of Lee Sin Sucks Duck. Whoever wins this game gets 3,200 RP per person, as well as Triumphant Rise Skin issued by Riot Games. There's a lot on the lines here, guys. What was a close game now in favor of Lee Sin Sucks Duck. Again, Dragon Jizz did go down in their favor. Alright, as that pink word goes down, it looks like SKT Hype Train trying to get a little bit more vision control back in their favor to have a comeback. Lee Sin trying to fight this Nasus, but look, one Siphoning Strike takes away a third of Lee Sin's HP, and the passive lifesteal from Nasus is going to keep him healthy. Alright, Lee Sin says, I ain't having none of that. He comes down to join his team in this mid lane. Nice spear canceling the recall from that Leona there. The culling is to put a little bit of pain down onto this Caitlyn. Solar Flare absolutely whiffs. We'll see what that costs their team. Kicks Lee Sin into the team. She gets ignited. She will fall to ignite in the back there. She dies before she can actually cast Ace in the Hole onto this Lee Sin. He's baiting for his team. Can't safeguard away quite quickly enough. A nice Curse of the Sad Mummy, putting a little bit of a pain down. Leona's on her own. Forces the flash here. That Jax is a monster. Triple kill. Quadra kill. Will they give him the penta? They probably will. Jax, ladies and gentlemen. Pentakill here on NotSoStockGaming's Diamond League of Legends tournament. Pentakill. Crazy money. 74. You lucky duck. Skilled duck, too. And Lee Sin Sucks Duck, by the way. Not the actual Lee Sin number 1 Legends is playing. We're not being mean to him. But that's the name of the purple team here, as this is the finals. They're going to get an inhibitor for their troubles here. They'll have to back off as the respawn timers are not that high there. But, ladies and gentlemen, the first pentakill ever of NotSoStockGaming's League of Legends tournaments. Congratulations to Crazy Money 74. He is fed off his rocker here. 10-0-4. Triforce completed on top of Pharaoh Flare. Probably looking for a Blade of the Ruined King now. But in vision, he takes a culling to the face. That was kind of lucky there. Mega Inferno Bomb won't actually be enough to take him down. Great job canceling the recalls here for these guys. Blue team now aggressing. They get a a return turret. Wow, great job canceling recalls again. This means they definitely have control of this mid lane here. SKT Hype Train. Oh, Captain Lord takes a spear at maximum range, and with no magic resist to his name as far as items goes, means he'll have to back off here. He's not quite recalling, but we've got minions pushing in Lee Sin Sucks Dog's advantage in both of the side lanes here, which means blue team gonna have to back off. We'll double check on us a couple things here. Again, Jax working towards that Blade of the Ruined King, able to buy up a Cutlass and then some with the pentakill he just got. He's got, let's double check on that again. He's got 7 stacks on that flare. And then we'll check the stacks on here. 330 stacks on Nasus's Siphoning Strike. The tooltip is kind of cut off as it is. It's kind of just a visual bug there, but he's got 330 stacks. That's a lot. That's decent this late in the game. 23 minutes in. Again, we just had a pentakill by this Jax here. He has not died yet. He is legendary. 10-0-4, Triforce, Pharaoh Flare. He jumps on. Look at that damage just a little bit, even onto a full tank mummy there. Alright, a little bit of a... Wow, again, a max range spear lands onto the no magic resist. Leona here. That's a lot. Okay, she's got a no magic mantle now, but that's not enough to stop the... massive spears coming out from this Nidalee. Misses. Wow. Crystal Sand Mummy lands on 3, but there was a black shield on Caitlyn. She can put down the DPS. Teleport coming in from that Nasus. He comes in. He is quite big. He body blocks the culling for his team. Great job. The ultimate has been popped by Jax to keep himself healthy. Ace in the hole, not enough to actually take down the mummy in the wings. If you do want to get involved in these tournaments, I will not dominate it. Thanks for your question in the chat. You can sign up on our website. We do have a team finder feature if you don't have a team on your own. If you do have a team, you can sign up. Again, this is the finals of the Diamond Tier Tournament by NotSoStockGaming. I am Impossible. I'm shoutcasting for you today. We did just have a pentakill, our first pentakill ever in these amateur tournaments, completed by that Jax. He's a monster. 10-0-4, looking to carry his team. Crazy Money 74 is a member of Lee Sin Sucks Duck. That's the name of Purple Team here against last night's Platinum Champions. Blue Team here, which is SKT Hype Train. Diamond tournaments take place every Thursday, so if you want to join a Diamond team, you can just make sure that you find a team or create a team and get them ranked up to Diamond by next Thursday. We do have a tournament for each tier, Bronze up through Diamond. Although, if you want to get in sooner, we do have open brackets on Fridays. Dragon does go down in favor of Purple Team here. Lee Sin Sucks Duck with a 9k gold lead, being up 3 turrets and almost getting that inhibitor in that mid lane. Dark Binding does not connect. And the max range, or close to max range spear, hits onto this Ziggs. He only has Athene's as far as magic resist goes, so he gets down to 40% HP. He's going to have to set recharge over that wall too. Go ahead and recall. Looks like blue buff is going to get stolen here. Oh wow. Looks like a Moo get there just in time, blindly coming over the wall to get that, not even having to smite it away, just having the damage to be able to do that. Again, almost 400 stacks on this Siphoning Strike. Jax splitting here. He doesn't have teleport, and he is the most fed member. He probably needs to be with his team. Looks like blue team is looking to engage here. Captain Lord takes a nice Dark Binding to the face. We've got red buff here on Lucian. Alright, just pushing over here. Lee Sin gets in, trying to insect. He pushes Nidalee into the team, and she actually jumps in. Solar Flare hits a couple, and the Mega Inferno Bomb will do enough to make sure that Nidalee falls first. Lee Sin has gone down. Nasus will fall, even though his passive has started. Nice stun coming out from the Vantage Tosh of this Amumu. Crystal Sad Mummy used to keep people locked down enough. That's a 2-for-1 in favor of SKT Hype Train, but Jax is knocking on the base down here. We all love that sound of the awesome auto attack from Crazy Money here. Looks like Lee Sin Sucks Duck trying to stop a few recalls. Sacrifices Morgana's life, but Lucian falls to Caitlyn as well. Ace in the hole used to get that kill. Looks like we're going to have the first inhibitor falling in this game to the 10-0-4 Jax. He's a monster. He might even think about taking the second one. No. Team tells him that 3 members have recalled. He's just going to clear out these minions in the mid lane here. Ends up being about a 2-for-2, but the inhibitor taken in the 4v5. 2-for-2 in the 4v5, but Jax able to pick up that bottom lane inhibitor. And if you guys don't know this, coming from a higher elo's perspective here, if you take bottom inhibitor, any side lane really, but bottom in particular, side lane inhibitors means that you actually have to have a champion defending, because like a super wave of minions can actually, because they can actually take down an inhibitor turret, because or not an inhibitor turret, a Nexus turret, because only one Nexus turret can actually target that super creep. So they might actually take down an inhibitor, a Nexus turret, if you don't actually have a champion actively defending the base. That can happen for either of the side lanes, but bottom lane in particular is even good because it's the furthest away from Baron Pit. So as far as total map pressure goes, you're creating more pressure for your team and an easier Baron call if you choose to go that route. Ace in the hole goes down onto Kingsley, forcing the recall from that Mumu. He does have Flash, Curse of the Sad Mummy available. Baron is on the map here, alive. Does that the pink ward does not see. Wow, that's interesting. A little bit of vision bug there. A little bit of a catch down here onto Lelouch. He gets quite low. The Mega Inferno Bomb will actually take out the most fed member. Finally, the shutdown onto that Jax. Nasus is in the middle of the team. Percent HP damage from his ultimate, and he's quite huge. Siphoning Strike has almost 400 stacks. He takes out 2 from his damage, and he forces the flash out from this Lucian. Double kill comes out from the back line. Caitlyn doing work, and that's going to be a 3-for-2 in favor of Lee Sin Sucks Duck. Number 1 of Legends. Will he go down? The armor reduction from that Spirit Fire going to be enough to force the safeguard out from Lee Sin. Ace in the hole doesn't take him down either, but that's going to be 2 Nexus turrets. Can they get the Nexus? A gallant effort here by Lucia to try and keep them off the Nexus, but Caitlyn with too much attack speed, and she headshots Lucian for the win, and that's going to be the last hit on the Nexus, guys. Congratulations to Lee Sin Sucks Duck. They take down last night's champions, the SKT Hype Train, for the victory here of the Diamond League of Legends tournament hosted by yours truly, Impossible. On behalf of NotSoStockGaming, we have our victors here, and they're going to be congratulated with 3,200 RP, Triumphant Rise Skin as the victors of the Diamond tournament here. Again, congratulations to Lee Sin Sucks Duck. They are our victors. Thanks so much for joining us, guys. We've had a blast so far tonight. We always have great games. We love to have these shoutcasted, broadcasted for you guys. If you have any feedback, go ahead and post that in the Twitch chat. Contact us through Facebook. Check out our website, NotSoStock.ca. If you want to take place, if you want to join our tournaments as a solo queue player and looking for a team, we have a team finder resource available on our website. We also have high elo coaching available if you want to check that out. Also available on our website. More information for you there. As well as our calendar showing you what upcoming tournaments are coming up throughout the weeks. We have a tournament for each tier per day. So we've got Bronze coming up on Sundays, then up to Diamond on Thursdays, and then any tier on Fridays. Tomorrow evening, 7 p.m. Eastern. Be here, guys. Hit that follow button on that stream. We're going to have our any tier tournament. We had an awesome any tier last week on Friday. We're going to have an awesome one again this week. Awesome tournaments for that, because it doesn't matter what tier you are. You can have your shot at that awesome prize of 3,200 RP. Triumphant Rise. Who wouldn't want that? Issued by Riot Games, man. It's an awesome prize to be had. Again, thanks so much for joining us, guys. On behalf of NotSoStockGaming, I'd love to thank you for being awesome audience today. And if you're members of the teams, congratulations on your awesome games. You put out a show, and it's been awesome. A quick question before I leave. We had a question in chat. Is it worth for a Diamond 5 player to get coached? Hey, man, it's all up to you. If you want to hit that Diamond 1, you know, the Solo Queue Dream, even Challenger, we've got high elo coaches that can do that for you and find out what you're missing. Any role, any lane, go ahead and check out you know, that option on our website, or you can just PM me. I'm one of those coaches. Anyway, I would love to thank you guys once again for joining us here. Hit that follow button. I'm actually going to head over to my stream here if you'd like to join me on my stream, twitch.tv/theimpossible. I'll link it in chat in just a moment here. But if you'd like to come and join me, I'd love to have you. And if you want to follow my stream too as well, that would be awesome. I'm going to play an ARAM with TSG. They were awesome to be part of our patrons here. But, alright, thanks so guys. I'm going to close out this stream and I'm going to get into my own. If you'd love to come and watch me, I'll do my best to answer any more questions you have in my own personal Twitch chat. Love to hear back from you guys. Thanks again for joining us on NotSoStockGaming's Diamond Tournament this evening. See you guys tomorrow for the Any tier.